West Delaware football is on the air from beautiful and historic Brown Field in Manchester, Iowa. It's the West Delaware Hawks and the Western Dubuque Bobcats. Good evening, everybody. Along with my partners Aaron Pleen and Bill Logan, this is Jamie Vasky, and it's week 1 of the 2014 high school football season. And with a new season, you never know what to expect. The Hawks come in here with high expectations after last year's 9-2 mark. The Bobcats come in with a new coach and new direction for the future of Western Dubuque Bobcat football. Aaron, it's that great time of year, the time of year we all love when that football season rolls around. You start off with high school football on a Friday night, and then next thing you know, you're into college football and NFL. So it's a great time of year to be a football fan.
Absolutely. It's just fantastic, Jamie. It's good to be back with you and Bill again, and you can feel it in the air. You can feel it here in Brown Field. The fans are ready. The parents are ready for football to be back, and these players are ready too. I think they're out a little earlier. They're out a couple minutes earlier, getting ready and stretching out and loosening up. So, and it should be a good game with two programs that have very good tradition, Western Dubuque and West Delaware. And hopefully tonight we'll see a precursor from the Hawks as to what their season could be based on all the prognostications that the media and whatnot have given them.
Absolutely, and it's a great time of year to be a football fan in this area as well, because a lot of high expectations around the KMCH listening area this season. As talk about tonight's game, West Delaware, head coach Doug Winkowich, his 20th season as a head coach. He's 117-71 overall. And it's his 11th year here at West Delaware, where he has a 78-29 mark. He's the all-time wins leader at West Delaware. He surpassed Sam Anderson last year at 65 wins. The Hawks 9-2 last season. They finished second in Class 3A District 5. They made it to the state playoffs where they defeated Marion 41-21 before they lost 49-20 to state semifinalist Solon in the second round. Of course, a lot of expectations from a few players on this Hawk team as well. As you look at Brent Lammers, he's a third-year senior quarterback for the Hawks. He begins this season looking to break some school records for passing. Last season, he threw for 1,427 yards, which is 11th best for a single season in West Delaware history. His two-year total of 2,589 yards is 4th best for a career. He trails Mark Weaver, who has 4,109, B.J. Hermson, 3,365, and Dan Marshall, who had 3,039, also has 25 career touchdown passes, which is 3rd best all-time, trailing Weaver with 49 and Hermson with 47. So good expectations there from Brent Lammers.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at his numbers: 14 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions last year. You think, gosh, how do you improve on those types of numbers and that type of production? But I think if you probably ask Brent and you ask Coach Winkowich, there's always room for improvement, and this year is probably going to, it'll be better yet. So hopefully Brent can, step up and lead this team to great things.
Absolutely. And then you take a look at junior running back Coy Russell. He had a great sophomore season. He finished with 1,730 yards and 21 touchdowns. That yards mark is 5th best in a season and 10th best for a career. He's only 1,247 yards away from breaking the school rushing record, held by Brandon Domeyer with 2,977 yards. 21 touchdowns is 5th best for a single season and 6th best for a career, and he's only 20 away from Domeyer in that category.
And you think about that, he's on pace to probably put this school record pretty far out of reach. If he has anything remotely close to the year he had last year with, like you said, about 1,800 yards rushing. So I'm excited to see Coy. Another year older, another year stronger. Sky's the limit for this guy, and who's to say he's not going to put 2,000, 2,100 yards up as long as the line and he stays healthy. So it's exciting. We got 2 really good skill position players for the Hawks. I'm excited to see how they do, and hopefully it'll lead the Hawks to big things.
And for the Western Dubuque Bobcats, they begin this 2014 season under new leadership with first-year head coach Justin Penner as he takes the helm for the Bobcats. Penner is in his 11th season coaching overall. He's got a record of 47-47. He spent time at Kemper Catholic Carroll, and most recently Mason City. The Bobcats have some guys returning. They were 4-6 last season, which was enough to earn them 4th place in Class 3A District 5, the same district as the West Delaware Hawks, and advanced them to the playoffs where they were beaten by Solon in the first round 35-14. And they've got some guys coming back. They have senior leadership in some really key positions. They're returning their starting quarterback, Nolan Baumhover. He threw for 1,278 yards last year with 11 touchdowns. And then you've got senior running back Ben Birds. He was their second leading rusher last year with 470 yards and 4 touchdowns. So to have those guys coming back and have that experience is huge for the Bobcats.
Well, it's very parallel to the West Delaware Hawks. You get your quarterback and one of your top 2 running backs back, and it's huge, when you've got that kind of experience and that kind of leadership coming back into your skill positions. So, it should be a good test for both teams, both defensive lines and linebackers, especially with the 2 running backs, and then of course with the quarterbacks coming back.
Absolutely. Well, we'll take a break and come right back. We will go over the starting lineups for the West Delaware Hawks and catch up with Bill Logan before this game gets underway, as he's down on our sideline for us again this year, keeping stats for us. We always appreciate that. Bill's insight into the game, as well as keeping those stats for us. One less thing we have to worry about every Friday night. So we'll come back with that right after this. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports. And welcome back into Brown Field as the 4th-ranked West Delaware Hawks taking on the Western Dubuque Bobcats, 2 playoff teams from a year ago. Enter tonight's game, and Aaron, it's another one of them rivalry games, the Battle of Highway 20 once again. And I tell you what, anytime you get into a rivalry game, throw all records out the book, because you never know what can happen in one of these games.
Well, a lot of these games, Jamie, these rivalry games are played on emotion, and tonight, Western Dubuque has brought a pretty big following over. Their crowd has filled pretty much the whole visitors' stands, and of course, West Delaware traditionally always has their side filled. So both of these schools recognize, the rivalry. But we've talked about it during the pregame. It's not one of those vicious rivalries. There's a lot of mutual respect between both schools, and they both recognize that both give 100%. And a lot of these kids see each other not only on the football field, but on the track or on the basketball court or on the baseball field. So 2 really good athletic programs going at it tonight. And win or lose tonight, both of these schools, I suspect, will go on to have pretty good seasons.
Absolutely. As we take a look, as you mentioned, the Hawks coming in here ranked 4th. And, if going 9-2 and returning a bunch of starters isn't enough, you start the season ranked number 4. The Hawks have to get past that and not try to just take one game at a time. I know that's very cliche, but a lot of these coaches in the state, most coaches in the state will agree with that. You look at Marv Cook and Regina, they're taking one game at a time this year. They've got their win streak, but looking at that, you've got to take one game at a time, because you don't want to get caught up in all that hype. You want to just stay level, stay focused, and get the job done. Well,
that's exactly it. And these first 2 games, or these preseason or non-district games, it's a chance for the players to come out, iron out some of the kinks a little bit, so that once they do get into the district games where they can position themselves for the playoff run, they can come out in those games and really dial it up a lot. And the Hawks have done a good job the first quarter or third of the season in the past under Coach Winkowicz of doing that, and that's why they've been a perennial playoff team. And I suspect it's going to be the same way tonight, but you're right. They got to take each game, each quarter, each minute, just play as hard as you can, get after it, and hopefully, the outcome will be in their favor.
Well, 3 teams in Class 3A District 3 are ranked in the top 10. West Delaware, of course, number 4. Decorah ranked number 7. Waverly Shellrock number 8. In Western Dubuque, they have no easy run at it either. They're in there with Cedar Rapids, Xavier, Marion, some very tough schools as well. So Solon, Central DeWitt. There's a lot of good teams in their district, so they're going to have to play well to get into the playoffs this year as well. Class 2A, no area teams. Cascade is ranked in the top 10. They're number 9 in Class 2A. Class A, Maquoketa Valley, an area school, ranked number 1 by the Des Moines Register rankings, and a lot to live up to there over in Delhi.
Absolutely. They got star running back Ryan Parmley coming back. I think I heard or saw that he rushed for about 2,500 yards last year. I mean, those are just phenomenal numbers, and who knows what he's going to do this year. I heard he's slimmed down and increased his speed. So good luck to the Maquoketa Valley football team this year.
And some other games going on in the area tonight, or in Class 3A District 3. Bent Community at Vint Shellsburg tonight. Charles City is at Osage. Crestwood is at New Hampton tonight. Decorah is in North Fayette Valley. Western Dubuque, of course, here at West Delaware. Independence is at Columbus, Waterloo tonight, and Waverly Shellrock travels to Waterloo to take on Waterloo West. Class 2A District 3, Beckman is hosting Monticello tonight in a non-district game. Class 2A District number 4, Cascade is hosting Macokota, and Anamosa is hosting North Cedar Stanwood. Class A, District 5, and that's a lot of our area schools in that district. Edco is at Clayton Ridge tonight. That is our area online and playback game of the week with Kevin Shookman and Dan McLean on the call that one tonight. Macokota Valley is at Alburnett. East Buchanan hosting North Tama Traer. North Lynn is at Belle Plaine, and Starmont is at Wapsie Valley tonight. All non-district games. Take a look at the West Delaware starting lineup tonight as they... For the offense for the Hawks up front, Colin Weber, Adam Newhouse, Ryan Solomon, and Austin Monahan, and Colin Brown. The receivers for the Hawks, backs and receivers, Coy Russell, the junior running back, Ryan Kelly, the senior for the Hawks, another senior, Dallin Putz, Austin Bishop, sophomore John Nagels, the tight end, Coy Russell, mentioned him in the backfield. Senior quarterback Brent Lammers leading the Hawks on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, up front, John Nagel, Colin Brown, Adam Newhouse, Kyle McGrain. Linebackers are Bennett Cole, Colin Weber, and Ryan Solomon. Cornerbacks, Austin Bishop and DeAndre Daniels. The safeties are Max Ridenour and Sam Maloney. We're going to take a break as we will hear our national anthem here by the West Delaware Pride Marching Band. We'll be back, talk to Bill Logan right after this. You're listening to West Delaware Football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. And welcome back into Brown Field. Jamie Vasky, Aaron Pleen, Bill Logan back along with you now as we will catch up with Bill Logan as he's down on the sideline. He just greeting Coach Winkowich and the coaching staff here as they are coming in as the Hawks are about to come onto the field for the first time in this 2014 season. And Bill, I tell you what, a lot of expectations for this team this year, but I tell you what, this coaching staff has always done a good job of keeping these kids level, keeping them a level head, and continuing to play one game at a time.
Well, that's one of the things they were talking about is, this is just game number one. There's a lot of expectations, and they've got them themselves. We've got them as fans and parents and community, and that's going to be one of the toughest things they're going to overcome. But, they're going to get the kickoff, and, sometimes I think that first game of the season, they get that jitters on one. And I think defense is good because you just get to go out there and just hit somebody. And that's what they're talking about on that kickoff, is just go out and hit somebody. Have fun, go out there and let's set the tone of the game on the kickoff. So it'll be interesting to see. They're going to be kicking to the north, and, they're ready to go. They want to play somebody other than themselves. They loved Upper Iowa camp. Then they had to come back and play themselves for 3 weeks. That's not so fun after a while. So they're ready to play somebody, and the Bobcats happen to be the first one.
I noticed you ditched the umbrella, Bill. Are you predicting this storm is just the rain is going to hold off for you?
Oh, yeah. You look at the radar, 90% of it's past us. So you carry that umbrella around, it keeps it away. So I don't know if anybody ever told you that. You don't have to get a roof above your head to get out of the rain. So you guys are all right up there. You stay up there where it's nice and safe and warm. I got it handled down here, and we're going to come through with a W.
Well, we did talk about that in the before we got going, that you and I were going to switch places tonight. You were going to keep stats, and I was going to do play-by-play from down there. So that would have been a good time.
We might have to try to pull that off here sometime.
I think so.
That would be cool.
I think one of these nights I'll have to get out of the friendly confines of the booth.
We're going to have to get some conditioning in, though.
But I tell you what, Bill, let's not do it in late November when it's snowing and raining.
Well, we can. It'll be at the Unidome, though.
Yeah, that'll work. All right, Bill, we'll catch up with you later.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Bill Logan down there on the sidelines. As you can tell, it is going to get loud here. The music is playing. The fans are on their feet, getting ready to welcome the Hawks into this game. The Bobcat fans are on their feet across the way as their Bobcats have already taken the field as they look ready to go. The Bobcats in their white road jerseys, black pants, white helmets. The Hawks come out with new jerseys this season as they're going to come out here. Those jerseys look very similar to the color of the press box and the two concession stands. It's kind of a silver kind of a charcoal color, orange numbers or orange piping there around the numbers, and black numbers, black helmets with the WD on the side and black pants. Looks very sharp down there. New jerseys for the Hawks. A new season, a fresh look, and hopefully the Hawks come out here and take care of business here tonight as they expect to, but they've got a tough opponent across the way in the Western Dubuque Bobcats. They got beat bad last year against the Hawks. I believe it's 56-21, and I tell you what, they're looking, and that was on their home field. They're not going to be happy, and they're out for revenge tonight.
Absolutely, and it'll be fun. I mean, like Bill alluded to, it's the first game of the year. There's going to be some jitters, but whoever can set the tone first, be it a big play, kickoff, a big hit on the kickoff, whatever the case may be, whoever can set the tone first, I think, will have the advantage early on, and then from there it's anyone's game. But the Hawks look prepared, ready to go, and hopefully from the moment that ball's kicked off, we'll see a determined Hawk football team try and come out of here with a victory tonight.
Absolutely. The Bobcats have already taken 2 games out of this series this week, as last night the Bobcat freshmen defeated the Hawks 14-12, and earlier tonight the sophomore Bobcats defeated the Hawks 26-12. So the Bobcats 2-0 against the Hawks so far this year. And I tell you, another new feature I just noticed on the jerseys of the Hawks, they have the orange sleeves right above the elbows that they have numbers on both sides of the sleeves. So a nice fresh look for the Hawks this season as we get set to get underway, as the Bobcats will receive the opening kickoff, as deep to receive for Western Dubuque. 2 guys deep to receive for the Bobcats, and those 2 guys, get that for you real quick, Bryce McAndrew and Ryan Yoder deep to receive for the Bobcats. Kicking off for the West Delaware Hawks is going to be Kyle McGrain. As we get set, and let's see, got a manager on the field. He's bringing a tee. I'm not sure that's the one he wants. That looks like Brent Lammers may be kicking off for the Hawks. We have Kyle McGrain listed as the kicker, but it looks like Lammers is going to be kicking off for the Hawks to start this game off, as we are 53 seconds away from starting this game. Got that half-hour clock between games. They had Parents' Night here tonight for the Hawks, grades 9 through 12, the freshmen, sophomores, and of course the varsity. We'll keep you updated with those other scores from around our area, as we appreciate the Gazette and Iowa Prep Sports for providing that scoreboard. As last year they did the last few years, they've slowly continued to get this site going, and hopefully they can get some people calling in and provide those scores, as most of them probably just underway, may not be out of the first quarter yet. We don't have any scores for you yet, but we will keep you up to date with those. At halftime here tonight, we'll catch up with West Delaware sophomore coach Matt Finn as he talks about their game tonight. He will talk about their game tonight against Western Dubuque, where they lost 26-12. And then, of course, after our game here tonight, stay tuned for our area online and playback game of the week, as Edco is in Guttenberg tonight to take on Clayton Ridge with Kevin Shookman and Dan McClain. Of course, Kevin Shookman, the new host of the Coaches Corner, which will start tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. He'll catch up with all the area coaches and talk football, and Bill Logan will have Coach Winkowicz tomorrow with that as well. As Lammers come set, Hawk fans on their feet, Bobcat fans, you can hear the student section over there from across the way, and it looks like we've got a penalty. Before we even kick off, we have a penalty, and they're pointing against the Hawks. Illegal procedure on the kickoff.
Inauspicious start to the 2014 season.
And Aaron Pleen using big words already to kick off the 2014 season.
It took me the whole drive up here to say that right.
You practice with your wife and daughter. They're in attendance tonight.
Yes, they are.
Wife Rachel and your daughter Adeline.
Yeah.
Just turned a year old not too long ago.
In June.
So, growing like a weed from the last time I saw her, so good to see them here tonight. As now the Hawks are going to back it up to the 35 and try this thing again. So the crowd is going to try to get loud again. Some of the Hawks fans have sat down, not the way they wanted to start the 2014 season, but here we go as the officials blow the whistle. And that's got to be something, too. It's really loud out there, so I'm not sure if the Hawks necessarily couldn't hear. Lammers' kick is going to be taken at the 25-yard line, and that's going to be taken by, see if we can get a number on that play. That's going to be Shane Bauska on the return. I thought it said 7, but it was number 1. Shane Bauska returns it up to the 36-yard line. DeAndre Daniels on the stop for West Delaware. So we are underway in the 2014 high school football season as the Hawks and the Bobcats going at it here. As the Bobcats on the sideline, the Hawks are ready on the defensive side of the ball. It'll be 1st and 10, Western Dubuque from their own 36-yard line. As they're going to come set, Nolan Baumover, senior quarterback for the Bobcats, will take things off, kick things off here in this new season. And next to him, try to get the number here. That's going to be number 32. There it is, Alex Wernemann on the carry for the Bobcats. As we've got an injured player down there for the Bobcats. As Ryan Solomon making the stop for the Hawks there, we've got an injured Bobcat laying on the near hash mark as we are 18 seconds into this ball game here. And it's going to be a gain of 6 by Wernemann, and they're going to send the players off the field. So with that, we will take a short break and come back and get you the number of that name of that Bobcat down on the field. So we'll take a break, come right back. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports. Back in here to Brown Field as the injured player down on the field for the Bobcats is Andrew Oberbrockling. And Bill mentioned off the air, when he first went down, he was laying face first into the grass there, and it didn't look good, but they got him rolled over. He's moving his arms, and they've got him sat up now. It looks like a leg injury. Not sure if it's a knee or an ankle, but it's on his right leg somewhere, as they are bringing a stretcher over for him right now as the Regional Medical Center has staff here with the ambulance and stretchers. So we definitely appreciate those guys being here for a game like this. And it's just a great thing. You know, the first two guys out there were Jason Knowles and Josiah Polito. Jason, chiropractor on the east end of town here in Manchester. Josiah from Physical Therapy Solutions. So we really appreciate all the medical staff that's here for these games, as those guys out there bringing the stretcher out for Andrew Oberbrockling. So we're going to let him get off the field, and then we will take it back and get you underway, as we're just 18 seconds into this ball game here. We've got a 2nd down and 4 for the Bobcats from their own 42. So we'll take another short break and come back. You're listening to high school football right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. And welcome back in to Brown Field, as they are going to get Andrew Oberbrockling off the field. They're taking him off the field right now on a stretcher. Bill Logan was down there. You know, Bill said they took his right shoe off. It looks like they have some kind of cast on that down there, but definitely they have him on the stretcher going across the field now.
Yeah, they took his right shoe off. I didn't see him put any kind of air splint or anything on it. I don't know if his ankle or his knee, but then they came over with the hard stretcher to put him, laid him back down, rolled him over, and put the hard stretcher underneath him before they put him up on the stretcher to cart him off here. So, you know, it doesn't look good, but hopefully it's not something that's going to be season ending for him. Just from his attitude laying out there on the thing, he wasn't in a lot of pain. I think he's just in a lot of disappointment.
And you can't blame him. First play of the season, and you're getting carted off the field. So we wish Andrew Oberbrockling the best of luck. But we're back to action. It's 2nd and 4. Baumhover's going to roll to his left. He looks out. He's got a receiver out there, but he overshoots the intended receiver out there, Mitchell Kramer, a junior for the Bobcats, 5'9", 165. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 now for the Bobcats. 11:36 left to go in this ball game. Still scoreless between the Hawks and the Bobcats. First possession of the game. In the backfield for the Bobcats is Ben Birds, as Nolan Baumhover is going to go shotgun formation, pistol formation, or shotgun, excuse me, for the Bobcats. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, a tight end in the slot for the Bobcats. They're going to hand off to Birds, a sweep around the left side. He's got some room down the sidelines. Austin Bishop's on pursuit, and he's going to bring him down, as he's going to bring him down at the 38-yard line of West Delaware. So the 38-yard line, and it's going to be good for a big Bobcat first down.
Yeah, that's a great job of blocking there by that Western Dubuque offensive line, especially that left side, and they sealed off the edge, and Bird just cut the corner and took it down for a sizable gain and puts them in West Delaware territory now early on in this first quarter.
A 20-yard gain there for Ben Birds, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Bobcats from the Hawk 38-yard line. They're going to give the Birds again. He's got some room, cuts through the middle, goes outside, and he's going to be brought down. Austin Bishop is going to, or excuse me, not Austin Bishop. That's going to be on the Sam Maloney making the stop for the Hawks, and he's going to be just short of the first down. Gain of 9 on that play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1. The Bobcats come back to the line in a hurry. Again, Bobcats under first-year head coach Justin Penner, who spent time at Carroll Catholic Kemper and most recently Mason City. So a new look here for the Hawks. As they send a man in motion, we're going to have a penalty marker on the field, as the man in motion for the Bobcats was Mitchell Kramer. As our officials get together here,
You're right, Jamie. It is a little bit different look, especially on the offensive side of the ball for Western Dubuque. It feels like, even from looking from last year, it looks like they are playing a little bit more up tempo, getting to the line a little bit quicker, and now that before the penalty, it looks like they were running some sort of jet sweep there. So, yeah, it looks a little bit more up tempo here for the Western Dubuque Bobcats.
As we come set, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty for the Bobcats. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. 10:47 left to go, still scoreless here in this first quarter. Kramer goes in motion again. Baumover's going to keep it himself. He's going to be wrapped up as 2 Hawks are there to greet him immediately, because that's going to be Ryan Solomon on the stop and Kyle McGrain. So great job there by the Hawks closing that one in, but it's going to be a gain of 3, excuse me. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 here for the Bobcats. Shotgun formation here. The Bobcats send a man in motion. Now he's going to go back. The slot receiver. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to give to Birds up the middle, and he's going to be stopped. Or excuse me, that's not Birds, and he's not down. He's going to go. That's Wernemann again. As they give the ball to him, he looked like he was down. There was 4 Hawks in a huddle, and the Hawks all stopped, and Wernemann come out of the pile. Shades of Brandon Domeyer.
That's what I was thinking.
You call a play dead, and next thing you know, there's a back going in, continuing inside the red zone to the 15 for the Bobcats. 1st and 10. 10 minutes left to go. First quarter. Baumover comes set. In the backfield for the Bobcats is Ben Birds. Baumover's going to fake the Birds. He's going to keep it himself as he dodged 1 tackler, but he's going to be brought down over there on the left side by Colin Weber. So the Hawks look like they're closing in, just having a hard time tackling right now, as you saw with Warnemont on that last play, and Baumover kind of slipped away from a tackle there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was just one of those plays where the whistle hadn't blown yet, and the Hawks thought maybe they had him stopped, and unfortunately the whistle hadn't blown, and he just kept going. He kept turning his legs over and picked up a big gain for a 1st down. So Hawks have their backs against the wall here.
Shotgun formation here for the Bobcats. As Birds is in the backfield, the man McCade Bockenstead goes in motion. They're going to run option to the right side. Baumover's going to keep it himself. He faked the pitch, but held on to it himself, and he's going to be brought down out there by the Hawks. Bennett Cole, the junior linebacker for West Delaware, 5'10", 158 for the junior Hawk. 8:45 left to go in this first quarter. It's still scoreless between the Hawks and the Bobcats. The first drive of the game, as it's 3rd down and 5 for Western Dubuque at the West Delaware 10-yard line. Baumover comes set. He's going to pass on 3rd and 5. He's looking to his left. Now he's going to tuck and run. He's trying to get to the outside, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty marker down. A penalty marker down. Bennett Cole wraps him up. I believe he was just short of the 1st down, but there will be a penalty on the play.
Kind of in the area holding. Yep.
It is going to be holding against the Bobcats, so that'll back them up, and it'll be 3rd and long. So they went from a 3rd and 5, tack on 10 yards there on the holding penalty. It's going to remain 3rd down here. 8:21 left to go in this first quarter, as we're still 0-0.
And, this was one of the areas, Jamie, last year, too, where the Hawks kind of had had problems getting off the field on 3rd down defensively. And so that's hopefully an area that, that the Hawks will get shored up early on this year so that doesn't become a bigger problem later on. But penalties are always drive killers, and this is no different right here for Western Dubuque. 2
receivers to the right for the Bobcats, 1 split out to the left. Baumover rolls to his right. He looks to pass. Got a man out there, overshoots the intended receiver as he was looking to the right side as he was looking for Brandon Hogan. That falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 11 here for the Bobcats. So a spot foul on that holding call. It'll be 4th and 11, and the Bobcats look like they're going to kick a field goal here, attempt a field goal. As coming on to kick for the Bobcats is going to be Jordan Perry. Holding for Western Dubuque is Joshua Lubeck. And the kick is up by Perry, and it is going to go wide left. Wide left, and it's going to remain scoreless here. The Hawks dodge a bullet there, and it's going to be 1st and 10 West Delaware from their own 15-yard line. Excuse me, their own 20. We'll have to have a word with former West Delaware AD Bob Murphy over there. He's running the scoreboard. He had 15 on there, so we're gonna have to chirp at him a little bit and try to figure out. I guess I could have looked too, I guess. But here we go, the Hawks. First look for the Hawks here on offense of the 2014 season, and the give is to Russell. Off the left side, he cuts back to the right, and he's going to be brought down at the 38-yard line by Shane Bauska. But a huge run by Coy Russell. A gain of 18 on that run, and it'll be 1st and 10. So about what you would expect out of the Hawks. Give it to Russell here on the first play of the season, and watch him run 18 yards. So it's 1st and 10, West Delaware. Trips receivers to the left. Pistol formation for Brent Lammers. Behind him is Russell. Lammers comes set. The give is again to Russell. He goes up the middle. He's got some room off to the left side as he's going to fall forward before being brought down out there by Tyler Johnson. And he's going to bring it up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 4 there will bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Hawks.
You know, Jamie, though, I was watching the line, and he had a lead blocker, and no one really got to him for the first couple of yards. And you like your odds if no one's touching Coy Russell in the first 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
So Lammers comes set. It's 2nd down and 6. Still scoreless here. 7:20 left to go first quarter. They give us to Russell off the right side. And he's going to be tripped up in the backfield. As getting him again was Tyler Johnson, the senior, 6'5", 240 pounds, busted through there and dropped Coy Russell for a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down. Yeah, they're going to call it 3rd and 6. I'll go 3rd and 7. As it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Hawks. Lammers comes set. Dallin puts, the receiver goes in motion. Lammers looks to pass. He's going deep. He's got a man wide open. Wide open is the man on the far side of the field. And that's going to be the sophomore, John Nagel, all the way up into Bobcat territory. Inside the 20-yard line of Western Dubuque. What a pass. Wide open, John Nagel, the tight end.
Beautifully thrown ball by Lammers. And, you know, we talked about getting off the field on 3rd down. Well, big thing for the Hawks is going to be, can they continue to keep drives going on 3rd down? That was a beautiful throw by Lammers to pick up a huge gain and put the Hawks in Western Dubuque territory on the Western Dubuque 20-yard line. So great throw, great catch by the Hawks.
So they mark it right at the 20-yard line of Western Dubuque. So the Hawks come out. They give us to Russell. He's going to cut it to the left side. He's going to go way out to the left side. He's got one man to beat. He cuts it forward. He's inside. He's at the 15. He's going to fight forward to the 10-yard line before he's finally brought down out there. As 2 guys in pursuit there for the Bobcats. It was Bryce McAndrew, one of the guys on the stop for the Bobcats, and Andrew Meyer. And it took both of them to bring Coy Russell down.
He ran about 25 yards to get the 9, so great job there by Coy to kind of reestablish himself and pick up a big gain of 8.
Gain of 8 yards there. Lammers rolls out. Play action. He rolls to his right, still rolling.
Throw it.
Needs to get rid of it, and he's going to be... He tried to do a little pitch out there to Nagel, but it's going to fall to the ground. So luckily for the Hawks, that one fell incomplete because it could have been about a loss of 6 or 7 there had Lammers been brought down. But it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 here for the Hawks. 5:43 left to go in this first quarter. Still scoreless here between the Hawks and the Bobcats. Lammers comes set. Pistol formation behind him is Coy Russell. 2 receivers to the right. And right next to Lammers is John Nagel, the tight end. So the Hawks come set. 14 seconds left on the play clock here. As they're going to get it off, the give is to Russell. Up the middle, he cuts up to the right. He goes left, cuts to the right. He goes in for the Hawk touchdown from 10 yards out. Coy Russell puts the Hawks on the board here with a 10-yard touchdown run, and the Hawks lead it 6-0. So very quickly, Coy Russell picking up right where he left off last season.
Yeah, and a beautiful cutback by Coy there to kind of plant his left foot and then drive right in on the left side of the field there on the near side here. So good start to 2014 for this Hawk offense.
Absolutely, and on to attempt the extra point. It is good.
Rifled it through.
And that was kicked by Alex Reitz, and it goes through the uprights. It's 7-0. 5:41 left to go in this first quarter. We will take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. And welcome back into Brown Field, along with in-studio producer Paul Glaza, Jamie Vasky, Aaron Pleen, and Bill Logan back with you here as the Hawks lead it 7-0. As Brent Lammers will get set to kick this thing off for the Hawks. A great drive, first drive of the season by the West Delaware Hawks. And now they're going to kick it back to the Bobcats, who had a good drive themselves in that first time. Ended up missing a field goal attempt down in the red zone. Lammers kick much better this time, as it's going to be taken at the 5-yard line, and it's going to be brought out for the Bobcats. That's going to be Bryce McAndrew. And he's going to be brought down out there. Well, now I see what Bill Logan's talking about. That was 63. Ryan DeSoto on the stop for the Hawks, as it's going to be, he brings down McAndrew at the 32-yard line. That's where the Bobcats will start their second drive of the game.
And a good return there by the Western Dubuque Bobcats, and getting out into good field position here. Second time now, actually. The first one was kind of a shorter kick, but nonetheless, Western Dubuque has had decent field position, starting on their own 35 and now on their own 32 in the first two possessions.
5:34 left to go in this first quarter. It's 7-0 West Delaware. They give us to Birds off the left side, and he's going to be wrapped up immediately, as it's going to be Alex Reitz on the stop for the Hawks. Talk about that Hawks first Hawk drive of the season.
Yep, it was six plays, 80 yards. Took 2 minutes and 29 seconds off the clock. Coy Russell with a 10-yard touchdown run to put the Hawks up early on here in the ball game, 7-0, midway through the first quarter.
A gain of 2 by Birds there is going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Bobcats from their own 34. 5:07 left to go first quarter. It's 7-0 West Delaware. As the Bobcats come set, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As Nolan Baumover comes set, he's going to hand off to Birds up the middle again, and he's going to be brought down as he ran into Alex Reitz once again. After another short gain, a gain of about 4 there, and it'll be 3rd down and 7 here, 3rd and 3 for the Bobcats, as they have it at their own 39-yard line. As Baumover comes set, the senior quarterback for the Bobcats looks to pass on 3rd down. Throws it across the middle. That's going to be into traffic, but knocked away. Nice job out there by Ryan Solomon. And I had a talk with Ryan last night. We went over, I don't think you were here, his interception, his pick 6 against Independence last season. We had to play that for him because I believe that's when I said that he's the fastest center West Delaware's had, and I got a dirty look from Tony that game. So we were talking about that. So I think he wanted that interception because I told him to try to get one tonight. So, and the Bobcats are going to punt it away. There is a penalty marker down. DeAndre Daniels is going to take it, fumble it at his own 30. Now he's going to pick it up at the 35, 40, crosses up to the 44-yard line before he's brought down out there by the Bobcats. That's McCade Bockenstead making the stop there, but a penalty marker is down around the line of scrimmage there. The Hawks had, or excuse me, I think the Hawks get the choice there. It was illegal procedure against the Bobcats on that kick.
Only 6 on the line, illegal formation.
The Hawks will decline that penalty, and they will take it at their own 45-yard line, is where DeAndre Daniels was brought down. A nice return there by DeAndre. I tell you what, looking into this season, we saw him do some things. He's got some speed when he gets into the open field, and it should be an exciting season of kickoff returns and punt returns by DeAndre Daniels.
Absolutely, and he almost had one right there. If he would have slipped one more tackle, he had a lot of green in front of him, but nice job by DeAndre to at least recover from the fumble and then pick up some good yards.
So 4:15 left to go in the first quarter. The Hawks lead at 7-0. They give it to Russell right up the middle as they started at their own 45-yard line. He's going to be brought down out there by the Bobcats' Royce Demmer. And Hawks will take it up to the Bobcat 46-yard line. A gain of 9 for Russell there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1. 7-0 Hawks, 3:50 left to go first quarter. The Hawks come set. Lammers fakes to Russell, keeps it himself. He's going to cross the 45 of the Bobcats before being driven backwards, but it's going to be good for a West Delaware first down there as Brent Lammers keeps it himself, gains 1, and moves the chains for the Hawks.
That's good to see. The Hawks are getting their running game established here early on. Brent had the long pass to Nago on the third down in the previous possession. But you can really see that they want to get the ground game established, get that flowing nice, and then that'll set up the pass.
1st and 10, West Delaware from the Bobcat 45. Lammers looks to pass. He's going to throw it across the middle. He's got a man wide open. That's going to be Kelly for the Hawks. Ryan Kelly picks that one up out of the throw from Brent Lammers, and that's going to move the chains. As he's going to pick up about 12 yards on that pass play. Yeah, they're going to give him 13. As that's going to be another Hawk first down. 3:25 left to go first quarter. Kind of a hurry. We've seen this before. The Hawks hurry back to the line and get set. As Lammers comes set, you're going to give to Russell. He's going to go to the right side. Got a lead blocker ahead of him. He's going to be brought down and then pushed forward by his own teammate as making the push there for the Hawks.
Reached the pylon and a delayed reaction there by the official, but fortunately Coy got in there with a lot of good effort there. He kind of had to break a couple tackles there, but nonetheless, Coy's in for his second touchdown in the quarter.
And now Alex Reitz on to attempt the extra point. Another line drive kick is no good. It went left. It'll be 13-0. 2:35 left to go first quarter. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. And welcome back to Brown Field. Jamie Vasky, Aaron Pleen, and Bill Logan back with you here as our broadcast tonight brought to you by our fine sports boosters, all 38 of them here for the 2014-15 season, as that's 24-hour total fitness, above and beyond healthcare and hospice, Advanced Eye Care Associates, American Trust, Beavers Lounge, Bob Stephen Motors, and Citizens State Bank. Brent Lammers will kick it off here for the Hawks as he's going to run the receiver back right near the goal line, and he's got some room, and he's finally going to be brought down as bringing that one out for the Bobcats was Bryce McAndrew, and he's going to bring it up around the 25-yard line, call it the 24 for the Bobcats, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10 with 2:27 left to go first quarter. The Hawks leading 13-0.
And the scoring drive, Jamie, was at 5 plays, 55 yards, took 1 minute and 40 seconds off the clock. Coy Russell with another touchdown run, this one of the 27-yard variety. That gives him his second touchdown tonight, puts the Hawks up 13-0.
As Nolan Baumover will come set here as he's going to hand off to the left side, and that's going to be Ben Birds on the carry for the Bobcats, and he's going to be brought down out there by Max Ridenauer, the junior for West Delaware.
Hitting around and hitting, so it's good to see here early on in this game.
As they're going to hand off to the left side, and this is going to be, I believe this is Warnemite. Yes, it is. He's got a couple men to beat. He's finally going to be brought down near the 27-yard line as Max Ridenauer was around on the stop. Also, Austin Bishop. There's a penalty marker down on that play as there's 49 seconds left to go in this first quarter. The Hawks lead it 13-0. 2 Coy Russell touchdowns and a missed extra point for the Hawks. It's going to be illegal block in the back against the Bobcats. It was downfield, so it's still going to be a first down for Western Dubuque, but instead of having it inside the West Delaware 30, they're going to back it up to the West Delaware 42-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start 1st and 10. 49 seconds left to go. Baumover comes set. In the pistol formation, he looks to throw. He's going to go deep, looking for his man out there, overshoots his intended receiver as he was looking for Ryan Yoder, the senior wide receiver for Western Dubuque. DeAndre Daniels on the coverage for the Hawks, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. So the Bobcats airing it out there, had a man out there, just overthrew him.
Yeah, and actually he was open too, and Daniels didn't really know where the ball was. Fortunately, he overthrew him, or that could have been 6 there for the Bobcats.
So Baumover comes set, 2nd down and 10. Baumover, the senior quarterback, 6'4", 190 pounds, is going to hand off to the left side, and he's going to get a push forward, as that was Ben Birds on the carry for the Bobcats, and a name we've called a lot tonight, Colin Weber, in on the stop for the Hawks. He's been a busy boy tonight, as it's going to be a gain of 2 there. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 here for the Bobcats. And again, that situation, 3rd and
7-8.
7-8. That's where the Hawks had trouble last year. See if they can get out of it here. They did a great job in Western Dubuque's first trip into Hawk territory. They throw out to the right side. He's got a man out there, but wrapped up immediately. A great stop out there by Bennett Cole. He was right on top of the receiver out there, Bryce McAndrew. McAndrew came down with it, but it's going to be short as he takes it up to the 34-yard line of West Delaware, where he's brought down. And that's going to do it for our first quarter here. It's 13-0. West Delaware leads it. It'll be 4th and 3 when we come back. You are listening to West Delaware football right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Back here at Brown Field, and the Bobcats go for it on 4th and 3 inside the West Delaware Hawks 35-yard line, and it's going to be stuffed as Baumover kept it himself, and the Hawk defense holds strong, and they will take over on offense now. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. It's 13-0. It's 2nd quarter just underway. The Hawks leading it by that score of 13-0, and they will come back out on offense for their 3rd drive of the game. Both resulting, the first 2 so far, resulting in Coy Russell touchdown runs, but some great plays along the way in the passing game for the Hawks. He had a man wide open, but Lammers took too much time. He was just about to unload, and Ben Birds comes in and makes a huge hit on Brent Lammers. It's going to be a loss of 5 on that play, and it'll be 2nd down and 15 here for the Hawks. Great pressure there by that Bobcat defense. Yeah,
and it's just a matter of time. It doesn't matter, how good your offensive line is. If you don't get the play ran in a certain amount of time, it's just something's going to break down. That's what happened there. Brent did have a guy down the far sideline, but unfortunately Birds got to him.
The Hawks come out, 1 receiver each side as Lammers fakes the handoff on the end around, and he's going to keep it himself as he faked the handoff to Trent Curley. And there is a penalty marker down. Lammers kept it himself, might have gained a yard or 2 on that play, but it's going to be 3rd down here for the Hawks. It's going to be holding against West Delaware as the Bobcats will accept that penalty. It'll be 3rd down and long here for the Hawks. Take a look at a couple scores that we see here. Anamosa and North Cedar tied at 7-7. That's in the 2nd quarter. Belle Plaine leading North Lynn 8-0. That in the 3rd quarter. Cascade leading Maquoketa 7-0. That game in the 1st quarter. Clayton Ridge leading Edco 13-6 at halftime. That's our area online and playback game of the week. As Edco playing in Clayton against Clayton Ridge in Guttenberg. As we will come back and get a few more scores for you here as the Hawks come set. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. They decline that penalty, so a gain of 3 on that play by Lammers. And he looks to pass on 3rd down and 12. He rolls to his right, looking downfield. He's got Nagel deep. He's got him. Caught by Nagel at the 25-20. Inside the 15 to the 12-yard line, John Nagel, the sophomore tight end for the Hawks, taking it up to the Bobcat 12-yard line. Brought down finally by Andrew Meyer, and a huge play for the Hawks there.
And Jamie, how nice is it to have an outlet that's 6'6", running down the field that can run well, 6'6", 228-pound sophomore. Brent just looked downfield, and Nagel had 2 steps on him and just laid it out there beautifully for him.
So the Hawks will come set. Huge play there by West Delaware, as they will come out in a pistol formation. Coy Russell standing behind Brent Lammers. Lammers fakes the handoff. Looked like a broken play there maybe, and now we're going to get a penalty marker come in from the right side as Lammers is going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and we'll see what that penalty marker is. That play just didn't develop for the Hawks.
No, it just kind of looked like it broke down right from the get-go, and unless something surprising happens here that normally is in the vicinity of false start or holding. getting back to that third down pass play, Jamie. You have Nagel, a big 6'6" target running down the middle of the field. That's a nice luxury to have if you're Brent Lammers.
It certainly was, as Nagel on that pass play, about a 60-yard play there for the Hawks. It's going to be face mask against the Bobcats.
See there, Bill's down there calling it before the officials even.
Don't give him any more credit than he already gets. I tell you what, it's going to be first down for the Hawks inside the 10-yard line now. The Hawks come set. They fake the handoff to Russell. Lammers goes left. He's going to go in. He's going to be dropped at the 1-yard line. A nice stop there by Alex Warnemont. And it's going to be first and goal. The Hawks pick up the first down on that play. It'll be first and goal at the 1-yard line. 10 minutes left to go in this second quarter. The Hawks lead it 13-0. Now the Hawks are going to come back and huddle up as John Nagel checks into the game for West Delaware. As the Hawks will have it right on the 1-yard line as they come set. Lammers. Is he going to go? He's going to go under center. They're going to hurry. Lammers pushes forward and looks like he gets in. It's going to be a 1-yard touchdown run for Brent Lammers, and the Hawks will go up 19-0 with 9:41 left to go in this second quarter. Another great drive there by the Hawks.
Yeah, and pretty much, a lot of it down the ground with that big play again. That third down pass from Lammers to Nagel really kind of jump-started that, and Hawks are in control here early on in the second quarter.
And Western Dubuque declined that holding penalty against the Hawks to give them that third down and 12, and they go for 60 yards. Alex Reetz's extra point kick is good. The Hawks lead it 20-0, 9:41 left to go. Second quarter. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back into Brown Field as first Friday night of the 2014 high school football season, and West Delaware showing their strength here as it's 20-0. We have 9 minutes, 41 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and it is 20-0 in favor of the Hawks. A couple more scores in Class 3, District 3. Second quarter, New Hampton leads Crestwood 21-0. Another game of interest for a lot of people tonight. Solon leading Iowa City Regina right now 14-7. That game in the second quarter. A lot of game to be played left. A lot of game to be played yet in that one up there. Independence leading Waterloo Columbus 3-0. That game in quarter number 1. And a lot of scores not turned in yet across the state, but Brent Lammers will kick this one off for the Hawks. It's going to be a little squib kick. It's going to be taken at the 23-yard line for the Bobcats, and that's going to be Dane Ganson is going to be the one who returns that one. He's going to bring it up to the 29-yard line as we hope that no one else noticed that thing off to the distance way over to the east. And a little lightning over there, but nothing too serious. It looks like
we've been told that's 35 miles to the east and going the other way, and it's a camera flash.
Oh, that's a camera flash.
That's what officially is being called down here on the sideline.
Oh, very good. Very good. Baumover's going to look to pass. He throws across the middle. Oh, what a catch out there in traffic as DeAndre Daniels had great coverage on Brandon Hogan, and Baumover really zipped it in there. Talk about threading the needle as Hogan was covered very tightly by DeAndre Daniels, but he squeezed that ball in there up to the 45-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Bobcats. Baumover comes set. It's 1st and 10, 9:23 left to go, second quarter. The Hawks lead it 20-0. They're going to give to Birds up the middle. He's going to fight forward for a gain of 8. He's going to be brought down out there by Max Ridenauer and Bennett Cole making the stop for the Hawks. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Bobcats here. So they cross midfield. They're in West Delaware territory again at the Hawk 47-yard line, and they've had some trouble when they've got over into the Hawk territory. They haven't been able to put anything on the board yet. They're going to give to Alex Warnemont up the middle. He cuts to the left side. He's going to be brought down by Ryan Solomon, but not before he picks up the first down up to the West Delaware 41-yard line.
And you're right, Jamie. It seems like when Western Dubuque gets deep into the West Delaware territory, anything past the 35 or 40 yard line, they just kind of tighten up a little bit. So hopefully the Hawks can continue to keep that fence up and prevent them from getting into the end zone.
8:45 left to go first half. Bombover looks to pass, a little fade route, looking, and he's going to overshoot his intended receiver. Great coverage out there by DeAndre Daniels as Bombover was looking for Brandon Hogan. I don't think Hogan cut quite when Bombover was expecting him to, because he threw, it looked like one of those end zone fade passes that he tried there, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 from the West Delaware 41. 8:37 left to go. Second quarter, West Delaware leading 20-0. Bombover comes set. They're going to give up the middle. This is going to be Birds. He's going to push forward for a gain of 4 there before he's brought down out there by Bennett Cole. Bennett Cole having a great game here in his first time in the varsity lineup, as that's going to be a gain of 5 here for Birds. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from the West Delaware 37-yard line. Bombover comes set. Shotgun formation, quick pass. He's got a man out there. It's going to be caught. Caught out there by Shane Bauska. DeAndre Daniels was there. He was there, but he threw that low pass. It was just a quick slant route, and Bauska picks it up and picks up another Western Dubuque first down at the West Delaware 26-yard line.
Good throw and good catch. It was a pass that only Bauska could get, and that's exactly the way you want it. So Bombover threw a nice pass there.
They're going to hand off, or fake the handoff to Wernemont. Bombover's going to keep it himself. He's got some room. He's at the 15, inside near the 10-yard line. Finally brought down by DeAndre Daniels. Also in on the play for the Hawks was the junior Sam Maloney. And it's going to be another Bobcat first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal for Western Dubuque here. 7:49 left to go in this second quarter. It's 20-0 West Delaware. Mark it right at the West Delaware 10-yard line as the Bobcats will come set, and Nolan Bombover. Behind him is Alex Wernemont. He looks like a goal line guy, and they're going to give to him up the middle. He pushes, goes to the right side. Ryan Solomon's going to drop him after about a gain of a yard there. It'll be 2nd and goal from the West Delaware 9-yard line. Solomon read that play well and made a great stop.
Just grabbed him by the ankles and wasn't going to let him go this time. You know, the last time they thought they had him stopped, and he bounced off and went, but Solomon did a great job there, just dropping him behind the line and forcing a second and goal here at the 9.
And we are going to get our first time of the game. First time out of the game here, taken by the Bobcats. We'll take one as well and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Back here at Brown Field, Jamie, Aaron, and Bill back along with you as we get you set. It's 2nd down and goal for Western Dubuque at the West Delaware 9-yard line. Bombover comes set. He gives to Birds up the middle, and he's going to be wrapped up. As that's Ryan Solomon again. Very similar play to the one we just saw. And Solomon comes up and stops another short gain for the Bobcats there. Might have got 2 on that one. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line of West Delaware. 6:50 left to go, second quarter. 20-0. West Delaware leads it here.
Good test here for the Hawks here, this 3rd and goal. You know, see if they can stop him here from getting any points on the board.
Bombover rolls right. He's going to try to keep it himself. He's going to come back up the middle, and he's going to be dropped down. Not very much there for Bombover. Trying to see who made that tackle out there. That was Max Ridenauer in on the stop for the Hawks, and it's going to be 4th and goal for the Bobcats.
What I like there, Jamie, is the whole line kind of held their ground. They didn't over-pursue. They held their ground, and when he went to cut back in, there was nowhere to go.
So 4th and goal from the 5. The Bobcats will go for it. Bombover looks to pass. That's going to be knocked away. He hit the intended receiver right on the numbers, but DeAndre Daniels was right there providing pressure on Hogan, Brandon Hogan, the intended receiver. It was a nice pass. It hit him right in the numbers, but the pressure was there from Daniels, and it falls to the ground. It'll be 1st and 10, West Delaware from their own 5-yard line. And you mentioned that good test there by the Hawks, backed up into their own end zone. Now you're going to have a good test where you're on offense with your backs to your own end zone. So see how the Hawks do here inside their own 5-yard line. 6 minutes left to go, second quarter. The Hawks lead at 20-0. Pistol formation here for the Hawks, and we're going to get a penalty marker. Our whistle's blown. And now we may see how the Hawks do inside their own 2.5-yard line. As that's going to be a penalty, a legal procedure against the Hawks. With 5:56 left to go here, it'll be 1st down and 12 for the Hawks from their own 2.5, somewhere in there. As Lammers comes set, pistol formation once again for the Hawks. Behind him is Coy Russell. He's got receivers out to the left and the right. The give is to Russell. He goes up the middle, cuts out to the right. He's going to get back to the 5-yard line before he's going to be brought down out there by Andrew Meyer. And it'll be a gain of 2 there, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Hawks. And Coach Winkowicz is going to call a timeout and go out and talk to his offense. 5:42 left to go, second quarter. Hawks lead at 20-0. We'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to high school football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Back here at Brown Field, the Hawks have it. 2nd down and 10 from their own 5-yard line. 5:42 left to go in this first half. Lammers fakes the handoff to Russell. He's going to run to the left side, gets a block. He's got it at the 20, 25, cuts back to the middle. He's finally going to be brought down right around the 24-yard line. So a first down run there by Brent Lammers. He started at his own 10. That's a gain of 14 there by Brent Lammers, and that's good for a West Delaware first down. 5:33 left to go, second quarter. The Hawks leading it 20-0 here. A nice run there by Brent Lammers.
Well, you're back inside your 3-yard line. You know, you're just looking for a little breathing room. Well, Brent just gave him that and then some. So good job there by Lammers of getting a big carry there and putting the Hawks in good position.
Now Lammers is going to throw, and he's going to be sacked. Coming in and making the stop is a man we've called a lot, Alex Wernemont.
Both sides of the ball.
Both sides of the ball. He's playing a heck of a game for Western Dubuque as he's going to drop Lammers back at the 15-yard line. Call it the 16-yard line there for Brent Lammers. So a loss of 8 on that play will bring up 2nd down and 18 for the Hawks. 4:45 left to go, second quarter. It's 20-0 West Delaware leading. The give is to Russell. He goes up the middle, cuts to the right, sheds a tackler there. He's going to bring it back up to near the 20-yard line. Gain of about 5 there, and the Hawks will be faced with about a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 14 coming up here with 4:25 left to go in this first half. So see if the Hawks can overcome this a little bit. It'll be 3rd down and 14 here for the Hawks with 4:15 left to go second quarter. As they get the play in from the sideline, Coach Winkowicz trying to draw something up. Look to that 3rd down play we had before when we hit John Nagel down the field. Lammers will pass under pressure. Now he's going to roll out to his right. Still looking. He's going to be brought down and sacked.
Collar, maybe?
We're not going to get the call as he's going to be brought down at the 10-yard line. That's going to be about a loss of 10 on that play, and it'll be 3rd down and 24 here now for the Hawks. 4th down and 24, excuse me, for West Delaware. As Lammers could have cut his losses, maybe threw that ball away. He was outside the pocket, but he was still trying to, he's a playmaker. He's still trying to make something happen there, but he's going to be brought down. It'll be 4th and about 24 here for the Hawks. 3:30 left to go second quarter. And backing up to punt will be Brent Lammers here as the Hawks have it at their own 10-yard line. Lammers' punt is away, and it's not a good one as it's going to hit the fence between the field of play and the stands. And it's going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. It will be in West Delaware territory as they're going to mark it down at the 30-yard line. So that's where Western Dubuque will start with it. 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 30-yard line. So great field position here for the Bobcats. Let's see if they can execute here and put some points on the board here before halftime as they trail at 20-0. 3:18 left to go in this second quarter.
You got to figure Coach Coates, Jamie, is pretty happy with his defensive performance in this first half so far. I mean, the guys have kind of did the whole bend but don't break thing here, and they've given up some yards, but when it's counted and Western Dubuque has threatened they've done a good job of standing their ground, so hopefully the Hawks can do it again here with Western Dubuque having good field position.
So Baumhover's going to come set. He looks to throw on 1st and 10. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Goes to the left. He's got it at the 25-20. Going to be run out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. As getting over there to push him out of bounds was Austin Bishop. As Austin Bishop returning here. As a return, I believe, returning tackler here for the Hawks from last year's team.
Yeah, I think you're right. Him and Lammers 33 and 32, so roughly about the same. Yep.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Bobcats from the 17 to give us to Bird. He trips but regains his balance. He's going to take it inside the 10-yard line, as that first play was good for a first down as they headed at the West Delaware 17, and he's going to take it up to the 10-yard line for a gain of 7. 2:50 left to go, second quarter, and West Delaware leading it 20-0 here. So Western Dubuque putting the pressure on again here, putting the pressure on the Hawks once again here, as they have it 2nd down and 3, and they're going to give it up the middle. And Wernemont is the ball carrier, and he's going to push forward close to a first down. I think it's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 here. 2:20 left to go in the second quarter. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 8-yard line, and I believe they are going to measure this. I'm not going to watch the measurement. I'm just going to look down and see what our... Oh, not quite the length of the clipboard, is what I saw. There's Bill Logan down there on the sideline. See how the eyes are this season.
It was closer on the first down than it was this down.
It is going to be short.
It was closer the first
That's
play.
about how much Bill said. Nice job, Bill.
Yeah, I got a new set of glasses a year ago. They really work.
As it'll be 3rd down and 1 here for the Bobcats. 2:18 left to go, second quarter. And really good test here for both teams. You know, Western Dubuque got to punch it in here, get some points. West Delaware, another chance here with your back against your own end zone, and they're going to give to Wernemont. He was hit hard, but I think he's going to pick up enough as he warded off the first hit by Solomon, and I think it was enough to knock him down, but it's going to be good for a Bobcat first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the West Delaware 6-yard line. 2 minutes left to go. 1st and goal from the 5 for Western Dubuque. They're going to give it off to the right side. That's going to be Birds. He's going to pick up a few before he's brought down out there. And it looks like, see who made the stop there for the Hawks. I believe it was Drew Cole on the stop for the Hawks. It was, as Drew Cole brings him down short of the goal line. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 2 for the Bobcats. 1:25 left to go. They're going to give to Birds, and he's going to go in for the 2-yard touchdown. So the Bobcats get on the board here. A 2-yard run by Ben Birds, their leading returning rusher from last year's team, and he tacks on his first touchdown of the season here, and it's now 20-6. 1:22 left to go in this first half. A nice drive there by the Bobcats. They started with good field position, but they were able to execute and put points on the board.
Yeah, and they weren't able to do it the last couple times, Jamie, that they had good field position. Like you said, this time they came out and had a couple big plays. The long run by Baumhover that got him down inside the 20-yard line, and then a couple good runs there by Birds and Baumhover.
Jordan Perry on to attempt the extra point. It's good. It's 20-7. West Delaware leading it here with 1:22 left to go in this second quarter. We'll take a short break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football here on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Back here at Brown Field, it's 20-7. West Delaware leading after a nice drive by the Bobcats. Finally getting on the board there. They were so close 2 drives previously to that. And they're going to kick it off here as Perry is going to kick it. It's going to be taken by DeAndre Daniels at the 5-yard line. He's going to bring it out 20, going to push forward to the 25, still on his feet up to the 27-yard line. A nice return there by DeAndre Daniels. And the Hawks will take it 1st and 10 from their own 27. 1:15 left to go, second quarter.
And that touchdown drive, Jamie, was 6 plays, 35 yards. Came off the defensive stop by Western Dubuque, pinned West Delaware back, and then the short punt gave them good field position. But Western Dubuque capitalized. The 6 plays, 35 yards. Ben Birds with the 2-yard touchdown run gets Western Dubuque on the board. Hawks still lead now 20-7 with 1:15 to go in the second quarter.
As Lammers comes set, Coy Russell behind him, pistol formation. 3 receivers to the left for Lammers, far side of the field. Russell gets the handoff to the right side. He pushes forward up to the 35. It'll be a gain of about 7 there for Coy Russell. And the Hawks will have it 2nd down and 3 now. Up to the 36. So a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 here for the Hawks. 55 seconds left to go. The Hawks trying to hurry as Lammers comes set. 3 receivers again to the left side. Lammers, quick pass, left side. He finds his man out there. That's Dallin Putz. He's going to pick up enough for the 1st down. Up to the West Delaware 44-yard line. So the Hawks have to hurry. 45 seconds left to go in this second quarter. West Delaware leading it 20-7.
Another good thing to work on here, that 2-minute offense here. So, again, something else that the Hawks are getting experience with early on in this first game.
3 receivers near side of the field, 1 to the left. Lammers looks to pass. He's going to throw it near side of the field over to Austin Bishop. Takes out the official, the defender, and almost a coach. Coach Coates, as over there on the coverage, for the Bobcats was Jacob Westoff. Right through the hands of Austin Bishop, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 33 seconds left to go in this first half. The Hawks had 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, as Lammers is still looking deep. Had a man break open. I believe it was Putz, but Lammers didn't see it in time, and now we're going to come set again. Same formation, 2nd down and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Lammers looks to pass. Got a man out there. That's going to be caught out there by Kelly. Ryan Kelly's got some room up to the 35 of Western Dubuque. So Ryan Kelly, the Hawks senior, picks up a 1st down into Bobcat territory. It's 1st and 10 Hawks at their own, at the Western Dubuque 35-yard line with 26 seconds left to go in this first half.
Great catch by Kelly and great awareness to get it, break the tackle, get out of bounds, get the clock stopped. 26 seconds left. The Hawks are in business on the Western Dubuque 35.
2 receivers, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. They give us to Russell. He's got some room. He's got it at the 30. He's going to be brought down at about the 31-yard line. And the Hawks will take their 2nd timeout of this first half. You can't take them with you, so use them up. Good timeout by the Hawks. 18 seconds left to go in this first half. Hey, halftime's coming up. We're going to talk to Coach Matt Finn of the West Delaware sophomore team, as his team lost tonight 26-12. The freshman lost last night 14-12 in the game over in Epworth. As throughout the season, as this year the schedule changes back, so the sophomores will play on Thursday nights during district play. So we will talk to Coach Bob Morris this season on Friday nights. It's kind of worked out that way, where we've kind of have had them every other year. So one year we get to talk to Bob Morris, and next year we get to talk to Matt Finn. So we'll look forward to hearing from Matt Finn tonight and next week, and then later in the year when we play Central DeWitt, and then of course Bob Morris throughout the rest of the season. We're also going to take a look at West Delaware Hawks that are in the NCAA football programs. We've got a few of them from the past few years of graduates. We'll tell you where they're playing either this week. Some of them start next week in that Iowa Conference. I know Wartburg starts next week. Brandon Domeyer, Michael Bulkey on the Wartburg roster. We'll get to all of them. We'll also do a scoreboard update here from our area schools. We've got some scores in right now from our area schools. We can tell you Maquoketa Valley's leading 14-7 over Albernet. That game in the second quarter. As we are back to action here, it's going to be 2nd down and 6, a 4-yard gain by Coy Russell. 1 receiver split out to the far side of the field. A tight end here for the Hawks. As Nagel breaks for the Hawks. He's got a man open. It was Bishop in the end zone, but he's going to be caught. Dallin Putz is going to bring it out. Late hit, 15 yards for the Hawks as Dallin Putz brought it to the 20. He was hit out of bounds. He was actually pulled out of bounds, kind of a horse collar, but I believe it's going to be a late hit on the Bobcats with 11 seconds left to go. West Delaware leading 20-7.
You can call it a late hit or a horse collar. Either one is going to probably result in 15 yards and give the Hawks extremely good field position here. Probably, I'd say, inside the 10-yard line easily now, probably closer to the 5. Oh, no, right at the 10. Okay. But great job by Dallin. Actually, he kind of bobbled it a little bit, but he gathered himself, caught it, and then had the wherewithal to jump out of bounds, and then the penalty ensued after that. So just helping the Hawks' cause here, trying to score late in the second quarter.
So it's going to be first down, not quite goal. I think they do have like maybe an inch for a first down here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Hawks from their own 10. As the give is to Russell up the middle. He's going to cut to the left, and I believe he's going to get inside the 10, but the Hawks will take their final timeout here with 6 seconds left to go in this ball game. And it looks like...
Interesting decision now.
I'm not sure what the Hawks are going to do. Do you bring in Reitz to kick a field goal here as they're at about the 9-yard line, right at the 10. So you're looking at a 27-yard field goal here for Alex Reitz. But we'll see what the Hawks do as there's 6 seconds remaining in this second quarter.
Whatever it is, whatever they're going to do, you got to assume, it's going to be a pass play. I think, the Hawks do have 1 timeout left.
This was it.
This was it, okay. So then you got to figure it's got to be something quick, so the ball can, if it is incomplete, the clock can be stopped. So, if you're Western Dubuque, might want to press a little bit and play up a little bit, knowing that, the play is going to have to come out of Brent Lammer's hands pretty quickly.
Absolutely. And volleyball fans, don't miss next week's broadcast, the first of the year for the West Delaware volleyball team. Highly ranked West Delaware volleyball team looking to build off their season from last year where they made it to the state tournament for volleyball. That's going to be next Thursday, September 4th, starting at 7:30 as they are home against Maquoketa. You can join John Swisher with the call of that game starting at around 7:30 right here on KMCH. Volleyball season getting underway, and that means
Womack is loaded.
Fall sports is underway as well. And of course our West Delaware boys and girls cross country teams running in Mount Vernon Tuesday night as we're back to action. Lammers has it, 2nd and 10, he's rolling to his left, he's got to get rid of it, he throws it, it's into the end zone, and it's going to be caught. That's going to be a West Delaware touchdown. Dallin Putz from 10 yards out is going to score as time expires, and that's going to make the score 26-7 in favor of the Hawks. Lammers rolled to his left. He couldn't find anybody open, but he squeezed it in there to Dallin Putz for the Hawk touchdown. A great catch in traffic by Dallin Putz, and the Hawks lead at 26-7 here with no time left, so they're going to kick this one. It's going to be up. No good. The Hawks will take it to the locker room, leading 26-7. We will take a break. We'll come back and hear from Coach Matt Finn here at halftime. We'll go through some scores and talk about where former Hawks are playing in the NCAA field this weekend. West Delaware leads at 26-7 halftime. We'll take a break, come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. From Brown Field, as the West Delaware Hawks and the Western Dubuque Bobcats playing in this first week of the 2014 high school football season, and West Delaware leading it right now 26-7, as we take a look at some area scores from around the areas. We'll try to get them back for you here as we had some scores pop up just a little bit ago as we saw Maquoketa Valley was leading 14-7 that game in the second quarter. As we will take a look at those scores, try to get that page refreshed for you here. In the meantime, we will take a look at where some West Delaware Hawks playing in the NCAA Division 1, 2, 3 levels, where they are at this weekend. So we'll take a look at that here. Of course, one of the games we've got coming up here tomorrow on KMCH is Iowa facing UNI, the Panthers, as that will be in Kinnick Stadium, an 11 a.m. start. You can hear that game right here. Pre-game will be short because of the Coach's Corner with Kevin Shookman in the morning. So that game will start at 11 o'clock right here on KMCH. As, of course, with UNI, we've got 2013 graduate Adam Reth playing for the Panthers. I see he's number 2 on the depth chart for defensive tackles, so never know. He might have get a chance to get into that game tomorrow in Iowa City. It'd be great to see him there. Aaron, Bill, and I will all be at that game tomorrow, so looking forward to that one. Hopefully we can see Adam in that game as well. The Iowa State Cyclones are hosting North Dakota State tomorrow at 11 a.m. in Ames. That game starting at 11 o'clock a.m., so the Cyclones playing tomorrow as well at home for their season opener. Taking a look, we mentioned Wartburg. We have 2011 graduates Brandon Domeyer and Michael Bulkey, both playing for Wartburg College up in Waverly, so they do not play until next Saturday at 7 p.m. as they will travel to Minneapolis to take on Augsburg College up there in Minneapolis. Another game that will not take place until next Saturday is Upper Iowa, as Trey McTaggart, Cole Stephen, both graduates in 2012 from West Delaware. They will take on Minnesota State University Moorhead next Saturday in Fayette, a home game for the Peacocks in their home opener. Another game tomorrow, we've got Grandview on our schedule as 2 graduates from West Delaware. First 2011 graduate, he's a senior this year, Brandon Becker from West Delaware, and 2013 graduate Jack Curley playing for Grandview. They will get underway tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. as they will take on Drake. It's not a home game, but it is. They're both in Des Moines. They're playing at Drake tomorrow at 6 o'clock, so I'm sure Coach Wink will be making the trip down there to watch his stepson Jack Curley play in that game tomorrow. And then, of course, tomorrow we got Timmy Tutton. He's playing for Ellsworth Community College, and they are playing at Dodge City Community College tomorrow. So Timmy Tutton, a 2014 graduate of West Delaware, playing for Ellsworth Community College. As we take a look at the scoreboard as we've got it here, quarter number 2, Maquoketa Valley leading Alburnett 14-7. At halftime, Anamosa leading North Cedar 26-7. We have an 8-0 score. Belle Plaine leading North Lynn 8-0 in the third quarter. We'll have to try to get an update on that. I thought I saw one on a different site. We'll have to get an update on that. Cascade leads Maquoketa 7-0. That was in the first quarter. In the third quarter, Edco leading Clayton Ridge 14-13. A barn burner up there in Guttenberg tonight between the Vikings and the Clayton Ridge Eagles. Some other games on there. East Buchanan leading North Tama 21-6. That game at halftime. Take a look here going down. Gotta love technology when it works, but I tell you what, when it's not, it can be a pain. Third quarter, Iowa City, Regina, and Solon tied at 14 in that game. Decorah, we don't have a score from them in North Fayette tonight. Starmont, Wapsie Valley, same, no score in that game. In Wapsie Valley, we have a halftime score of 11-0 in favor of Independence over Waterloo Columbus. 11-0. Waverly Shellrock trailing Waterloo West 7-2 in that game. Time on clock here. There's 3:35 left to go in this halftime here. So we'll try to get some more scores for you here as relaying that message to Bill Logan. So just about 3 minutes left on that halftime clock, and that's going to do it for our scores. That's all we have right now, as we'll have to keep an eye on some of those games as we get going in this second half. But right now, West Delaware leads Western Dubuque 26-7 at halftime. We'll be back with more right after this. We'll talk to Bill Logan when we come back. You're listening to West Delaware Football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back into Brown Field, as just about ready to get this second half underway. A lot of humidity down there on the field tonight, as Bill Logan protecting himself from the light, the humidity. He's got his umbrella out. It isn't raining by any means out there.
Raining humidity.
But I tell you what, Bill, a pretty good first half for the Hawks out there. They lead at 26-7, and just an outstanding performance on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they had a great first quarter. Second quarter, they really didn't have much time of possession, and that was kind of the one thing that hurt the Hawks, is that Western Dubuque did a nice job of keeping themselves somewhat in the game in the fact that they kept the ball out of the Hawks' hands offensively. Hawks offensively first half, 21 carries for 110 yards. Coy Russell, 13 carries for an even 100 yards and the 2 touchdowns. Passing, Brent Lammers, 7 out of 9 for 155 yards, so 265 in the first half, and they had 135 of those in that first quarter. So a pretty good productive first quarter or first half for the Hawks. That's a 500-yard average. Coach Wink will take that every Friday night. For Western Dubuque, they had a very good offensive night here in the first half too. 28 carries for 168 yards, and they got a 3-headed horse there. Birds with 70 yards, Warnemont with 52, and Baumhofer with 46. So, that's pretty potent, and it's hard to key on somebody when you got 3 guys that are being productive for him. Baumhofer, 3 out of 9 passing for 31 yards, so 199 yards of offense for Western Dubuque, and they got to be pretty pleased with that. That's 400-yard offense, and the problem is the Hawks shut them down a couple times deep in the Hawks territory. And if they would have converted a couple opportunities there, we'd have a lot different game here. But we'll see what happens here. The Hawks can get some separations. They're going to get the ball first, and would like to put another touchdown up there and get that separation.
Well, Bill, we'd like to get your take on this. Last year, that Hawk defense, when they got inside those 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, they had some trouble in those situations. They've done a great job so far in that first half, especially backed up into their own territory.
Well, they're still trying to search and figure out how to run this defense against an offense that they're really not, very familiar with. And that's probably the hardest thing for them tonight, is to try to figure out what defense they need to do with the different looks they're getting offensively by Western Dubuque. First-year coach, whole different philosophy. So, it's a work in progress, for the Hawks defense tonight, but they're doing a nice job. I haven't heard anybody use the old bend but break so far, but they've done a nice job of that in the first half.
All right, well, thank you very much, Bill, as we get the second half underway, as the Hawks will receive the opening kickoff, and they've done a great job just executing the drives the Hawks have tonight. Western Dubuque hasn't been able to so much, but they did put some points up before halftime.
Yeah, real quick, the Hawks have had the ball 5 times, and they scored 4 touchdowns, so I think that's pretty good offensive efficiency if you ask Coach Wink, and hopefully the Hawks can keep that up. But Bill's right. Defensively, it is a little bit of that bend but don't break. So, yards don't score points. Touchdowns score points. So the Hawks are willing to give up some yards in order to prevent anything further. Then so be it.
Well, DeAndre Daniels is going to take this kickoff to start the second half. He's going to be wrapped up at the 20-yard line, bringing him down. Bringing him down out there for the Bobcats was Mitchell Kramer, and the Hawks will take it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line as they lead it here. 26-7 as we get this second half underway.
1st and 10 Hawks.
As the Hawks will come out, pistol formation here. Coy Russell standing behind Brent Lammers here to start this second half. They're going to fake the handoff to Coy. Brent's going to keep it himself off to the left side. He's going to pick up close to the first, just short of the first down, about 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8 there for Brent Lammers, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 2 here for the Hawks. 11:34 left to go in this third quarter. It's 26-7. The Hawks lead it. Again, we will get some scores for you as we get them here throughout the night. As Brent Lammers is going to hand off to Coy Russell off to the right side. He gets a block. He's got it at the 35, cuts back to the left, 40, cross up to the 42-yard line where he's going to be brought down, as bringing him down on that play was Dylan Hafler. But a nice run there by Coy Russell is going to pick up another West Delaware first down here.
And good vision there by Coy. He had the opportunity to kind of just run it out of bounds, and instead he kind of saw a little crease there at the last minute and cut up and picked up an extra 2 or 3 yards. So, throughout the course of a game, a couple of those can be the difference in gaining a first down or not gaining a first down or whatnot. So, good job there by Coy to kind of keep his feet moving and pick up a first down and a little bit more.
Score from halftime, North Lynn trailing Belle Plaine 16-0 at the half. Lammers is going to keep this one himself. He's going to bring it right up to midfield. crosses midfield into Western Dubuque territory. We'll mark it at the 50-yard line, and that's going to be short of a first down, a gain of 9 yards there. And it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Hawks. Nice run there by Brent Lammers, and the Hawks have been effective in that little fake handoff to Coy Russell, almost a fake pitch, and Lammers just takes it himself the opposite way and picks up close to a first down. Now the Hawks are going to give the ball fake the handoff to Russell. Lammers throws, almost picked off as it was tipped. First man in there was Alex Wernemont, getting a finger on that one as he was looking for down the field, looking for John Nagel, and it's going to fall incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
I like the play call. You've got a 2nd and short. You know, you're in that field position where midfield, you probably, you've been effective running the ball. So if you take a shot here down the field or whatnot, it's not the end of the world. Hawks still with 3rd and short here. Good push by that offensive line should get him a first down.
And at halftime, Starmont trailing 21-0 against Wapsie Valley. The Hawks are going to give the ball to Coy Russell, and he pushes forward and he fights. He fights for that first down as he crossed into over the 45 up to the Western Dubuque 42-yard line before he ran into Alex Wernemont. But I tell you what, there was a stiff arm up there, and Coy Russell was going to do whatever it took to push forward for a couple more yards, and he picks up enough for the first down, and the Hawks have it 1st and 10. 10 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. West Delaware leading 26-7. They have it at the Western Dubuque 42-yard line. So again, the Hawks cross over into Bobcat territory. Lammers is going to stand by himself in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He looks downfield. He's got a man wide open. It's going to be dropped. Austin Bishop had it. He was wide open. Nobody within 10, 15 yards of him, and that ball's going to fall to the ground, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. That was a touchdown for sure, but it's going to drop to the ground and bring up 2nd down and 10. It's 26-7, West Delaware leading. And
it was a great throw by Brent. He hit him pretty much right in the face mask, and threw it right on a rope. And unfortunately, Austin couldn't corral it. But
sometimes those are the hardest ones to catch when you're all by yourself. Yep. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. A tight end on our near side is John Nagel. As Coy Russell goes in motion, we're going to have a penalty marker down, as it looks like the Hawks are going to, I think this is going to go against the Hawks here. Legal procedure against the Hawks, and that's going to back them up 5 yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 15 here for West Delaware.
That's the one thing, Jamie, you really look at the big picture here 3 minutes into the second half, or into this 3rd quarter. There haven't been a ton of penalties. This game, for the most part, has been played pretty clean, all things considered, with it being the first game of the year. So, all things considered, it's been a pretty clean game on both sides.
Coconut Valley leading 21-7 after the 3rd quarter. Report there from Jake Reeves down on the sideline. Lammers is going to pass it. He's got a man outfield. That's going to be a penalty marker. Penalty marker here came from the near side. I'm not sure, is he calling it on, the pass was intended for John Nagel. It looked like he got hit early, but our official on the near side of the field called that from, if he's calling pass interference, that was on the other side of the field. So we'll see what the penalty is going to be here. Nagel did get hit a little early. See what the official is, our referee. As Mr. Sesker is going to wave that flag off, so no penalty there. As it's going to be 3rd down and 15 after the drop pass there. Looked like there was a little contact there, but no penalty marker, and the Hawks will have it 3rd and 15. Pistol formation behind Lammers is Coy Russell. Lammers will pass on 3rd and 15. Got a screen set up. Hits Coy Russell, but really hung him out there to dry as the pass was high, and Coy was going to do whatever it took to make that catch, and he's going to be dropped. And Ben Birds comes up and puts a licking on Coy Russell, and it's going to be 4th down and long here for the Hawks. 4th and about 14. Might have gained a yard on that. 8:50 left to go, 3rd quarter. Hawks leading 26-7.
I do like the play call, though, Jamie. It's a play that they hadn't ran all night. It was kind of that delayed screen where they just kind of let a couple of the defenders in and then dump it off to Coy. Unfortunately, the pass just was a little errant.
as the Hawks are going to punt it away. Lammer's punt will go into the end zone for a touchback. So that's going to be a touchback, and the Bobcats will take it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. As another score to pass along to you, Solon leading Iowa City Regina 21-14. That game in the third quarter. So Regina, that 56-57 game win streak on the line here. And that's on the line every week because everybody's looking to end that streak, of course, as the Regals have done a great job the last few years keeping that streak going. I think I read the other day if they wanted to break the national record of 151, it would take them until 2020, I believe, is what it would take the Regals to break the all-time record. They're going to hand off Alex Wernemont, and he's going to be stopped immediately. Nice job by the Hawks there as John Nagel blew that one up. Bennett Cole also in there for the Hawks as he goes over and gets a pat on the back from his older brother, Drew Cole. Both on as Bennett playing linebacker. Drew right now in the game on the defensive line. Baumhover looks to pass on 2nd down and 9 for the Bobcats, and he's going to be sacked as he tried to avoid the pressure and getting in there and bringing him down for the Hawks. Bringing him down for the Hawks is going to be Blake Schrader.
That was just great team defense, Jamie. I was looking, scanning the field when Baumhover was rolling to his right, and there was just nowhere to go with the ball. And the Hawks did a great job of covering pretty much every receiver that was out there, and just good team defense.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 11 here for the Bobcats. Baumhover looks to pass. He rolls to his left. Now he's going to cut it back up the middle, and he's going to go to the right, and he's going to be dropped again as coming up and making the stop. Play should be blown dead there as he's going to bring it up to about, and it looks like the Bobcats are going to punt it away here as Ryan Solomon came up to make the stop of Baumhover, and it's going to be 4th down. And Baumhover picked up a few yards. It's going to be 4th and 7. 6:53 left to go in this third quarter. The Hawks leading 26-7. And now the punt is away, and it's going to bounce at the West Delaware 45-yard line. It's going to be picked up out there by Shane Bauska, and that's where the Hawks will take it, right around the 40. That's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 for another drive here. So both teams with a possession here in this second half, and both failing to score here, and the Hawks will take their second try at it as it's 1st and 10. Their own 44-yard line is 26-7 with 6:36 left to go in this third quarter. As Brent Lammers is going to come set, pistol formation, 3 receivers to the right. Got a tight end, John Nagel, here on the near side of the field. Lammers hands off to Coy Russell. He's going to cut back to the right, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and he's just going to he's kind of crawling over defenders to pick up yards. Forward. And he's going to be brought down by Ben Birds, but not before he picks up 4 yards there and brings up 2nd down and 6.
It's one good thing, Jamie, we've noticed about special running backs from West Delaware is the good ones always keep their feet turning and always keep moving, to pick up those extra yards or even break a long run, and Coy fits right in that category.
And they're going to hand off to Russell again, and that play got blown up at the line as nobody put a hit. Nobody was able to stop the defender coming in, and that was Tyler Johnson. And he's going to drop Russell short. Loss of about 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 here for West Delaware. A nice play there by that Bobcat defense.
And the defense for Western Dubuque has really stepped up here, in the second half, even though this is the Hawks' only second possession. They've done a nice job.
Lammers looks to throw. He's got a man out there. It's going to go through the hands of the intended receiver. That's Max Ridenauer try to pick up the cousin connection there as Ridenauer, it goes through his hands. That's a tough catch to make because there was 2 defenders around him, but it's going to fall incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down and 9. Looks like the Hawks will punt it away here as they've got it at their own 45-yard line. Lammers steps back. He's going to punt this one away deep to receive for the Bobcats is Bryce McAndrew. And Lammer's punt is away, and it's going to be popped up. Just about hit the Bobcat return man, and it's going to be down at the 21-yard line. As coming up to pick that one up was Owen Ward for West Delaware. So the Bobcats will take it 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. So back and forth here to start this second half as we wait for Western Dubuque to come back on offense. We'll remind you that high school football on KMCH brought to you by Citizens State Bank, Community Savings Bank, Dairy Queen, Delhi Lumber, Don & Walt LLC, DePaco Community Credit Union, Eastern Iowa Shopping News, and Dyersville Commercial, the Edgewood Reminder, and F&M Bank. As the Bobcats come back set, Nolan Baumover, senior quarterback for the Bobcats, comes set, shotgun formation. He looks to pass on 1st and 10. Throws downfield, got a man wide open, and that's going to be caught. And the defender falls down, and he's got room to go, but DeAndre Daniels is going to catch up with him as Austin Bishop had good coverage, but he just, once the ball went up, he tried to deflect it, but a great catch out there. A great catch out there by Ryan Yoder. And he goes up, finally brought down by DeAndre Daniels inside the Hawk 15-yard line. It's going to be marked down at the West Delaware 12, and it'll be 1st and 10. 5 minutes left to go, third quarter. It's 26-7 West Delaware. What a play there for the Bobcats.
What a good catch by Yoder, just to have the concentration with the guy in his face and still hauled it in, and then the run after the catch too.
Here come the Bobcats. They're going to hand off to Ben Birds. He's going to be dropped right around the line of scrimmage. Is coming up to make that play for the Hawks was Blake Schrader. No gain on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bobcats. 4:34 left to go, third quarter. West Delaware leading 26-7. As Baumover comes set. Shotgun formation. The give, once again, this is going to be Wernemont as he goes up the middle. And coming up to make the stop for the Hawks was Schrader and Drew Cole. So the Bobcats not wanting to go away here as they're staying right in it.
You know, they get a touchdown here, quick touchdown, and kind of changes the complexion of the game a bit. Oh, good defense.
Oh, good defense there by the Hawks is right, as knocking that ball away for the Hawks was Max Reidenauer, as that pass was thrown into the end zone by Baumover, and Max Reidenauer, great job of knocking that ball down, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 7 for the Bobcats from the West Delaware 9-yard line.
I think Baumover could have put a little bit more zip on it and probably would have got it in there before Reidenauer got there, but fortunately for the Hawks, you know, he put a little bit more touch on it, and Reidenauer was able to get in there and bat it down.
4th down and 7. The Bobcats will go for it. Pass incomplete. On the coverage there for the Hawks was Sam Maloney, and that's going to bring up that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Bobcats, and the Hawks will take over 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line. So a great defensive stand there after the big play by the Bobcats to Yoder. As Ryan Yoder, the senior wide receiver, had a big play out there, big reception, ran up inside the West Delaware 15 to the 12, and the Hawks stood firm there and didn't give up 5 yards after that. So a great defensive stand there by the Hawks.
Well, it's the same thing we were talking about at halftime. You know, the Hawks gave up 73 yards on that drive, but 0 points. And there again, yards don't get you points. It's getting it in the end zone and putting it through the uprights. So good job there by that defense to kind of recover after the long pass play to Yoder and put up a fence and prevent Western Dubuque from getting in, and kind of been a staple for this game for that Hawk defense. Kind of been their MO for tonight.
So Lammers comes set. They give to Russell off the right side. He fights forward, crosses the 10-yard line up to the 12. It's going to be good for about 5 yards there for the Hawks. And it'll be 2nd down and 5. 3:30 left to go in this third quarter. The Hawks leading 26-7 here, the opening night of the 2014 high school football season. We will try to keep you up to date with the scores as we get them in here. There's a lot of good games tonight in non-district play. 2nd down and 5 for the Hawks. The give is Lammers. Lammers is going to keep it himself here. He's going to fight forward. Might have got a yard, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 here for West Delaware. So Lammers does gain a yard there. 3rd and 4, 2:55 left to go in this 3rd quarter.
Brent's kind of walking it off there. I don't know if he cramped up a little bit or what's. Looks like a leg or something, a calf. I don't know. I'm sure it's relatively
humid.
humid.
7 seconds left on the play clock, and Coach Winkowicz is going to get a timeout. As the Hawks take a timeout, we'll take one as well. 2:33 left to go 3rd quarter. It's 26-7 West Delaware. Take a break, come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. On 3rd down and 4, Brent Lammers drops back to pass. That ball is deflected. Luckily for the Hawks, that ball fell to the ground safely, but it'll be 4th down and 4 here for West Delaware. 2:28 left to go. The Hawks will punt it away here, as Lammers backs up to punt, excuse me. As the punt is away, and it's going to be taken over here at the 40-yard line. Drop momentarily there by Bryce McAndrew, but he picks it up and he's going to be brought down. He crosses midfield up to the 48-yard line of West Delaware. So once again, the Bobcats will start with it here in West Delaware territory. So Austin Bishop, Ryan Kelly combined to make the stop there for West Delaware. And the Bobcats will start with it here 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 48-yard line, as this West Delaware defense has done a great job tonight keeping the Bobcats in check. Just see an umbrella comes up again down there on the sideline. Makes it hard for us to see what's going on the field. As Baumover is going to hand off to Birds, off to the left side. He's going to be run out of bounds over here on the near side of the field. Max Ridenauer runs him out of bounds, and he's going to pick up. He's going to bring that ball up to the 45-yard line. So the 45-yard line, that's going to be a gain of 3 yards there for the Bobcats. Bring up 2nd down and 7. Oh boy, sometimes I wonder about that guy. They hand off to Birds off to the right side. He's going to bring it up to the 40. That's going to be about a gain of 5 yards there, so it'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Bobcats. I think it's his golfing umbrella. It says Wilson right there on the top of it. I'm not sure what he's doing down there. It's very humid, he says. Oh, never mind. I see it now, Bill. You're excused. It is sprinkling. It's sprinkling down there. It's going to be 3rd and 2, and they're going to hand off to the big bruiser. That's going to be Alex Wernemont. He's going to carry forward up to the 36-yard line of West Delaware, and that's going to be good for a Bobcat 1st down. I guess he's excused, Aaron.
Yeah.
I did look.
He earns it.
I did just happen to look up in the lights and see that it was raining a little bit, so we got to have that stat sheet dry. 1st and 10, 35-yard line for Western Dubuque. A high snap, but Baumover handles it. He's going to throw to the left side. He's got a man out there, going to be caught. The receiver slipped a little bit, but Sam Maloney comes up and makes the stop. It was caught out there by Mitchell Kramer. He's going to pick up a couple yards there, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 here for the Bobcats. And now you see the officials with a towel trying to dry the ball off out there. 1 minute left to go, 3rd quarter. It's 26-7, West Delaware leading. As Baumover comes set, 2nd down and 8, just under a minute left to go, 3rd quarter. They're going to hand off to Birds up the middle. He's going to cut it to the right side. A little counter action there by Birds, and he's going to pick up enough for another Western Dubuque 1st down. So the Bobcats really moving this thing along here, trying to get themselves back into this game. But we've seen tonight, they've had some trouble getting it in once they get into where they're at right now as they move inside the West Delaware 30, right at the 21-yard line of the Hawks with 47 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. Bobcats going in. Bomb over, comes set, shotgun. He's going to take it himself off to the left side. He dodges one tackler. He's going to come up, and he's going to be hit out there as Bennett Cole, it brings him down. But another nice gain there for Bombover as he keeps it himself, and that's going to be a gain of 9 and bring up 2nd down and 1. 22 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. So the Bobcats, this quick pace, is catching the Hawks off guard a little bit as it's 2nd and 1 from the 11. Bombover gets the snap rolled to him, and he breaks a tackle. He's at the 5. He's going to push forward and into the end zone. Touchdown, Western Dubuque. Nolan Bombover, 11 yards out, goes in for the Bobcat touchdown, making it 26-13. 5 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. A real gutsy performance there by Nolan Bombover as he's going to put the Bobcats, inch them closer to cutting into this deficit. It's 26-13.
And the rain now is really coming down now. It's you can see it in the lights now, and
yep.
Momentum has definitely swung in Western Dubuque's favor now.
And the extra point here by Perry is good. It's 26-14. The Bobcats inching closer as they trail it by 12. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports.
Check out the sports section for games.
Field, as it is really coming down, as Aaron mentioned before we went off the air, as we got about 5 seconds left. It gives Bill 5 seconds to write this play down, as it's going to be a touchback. So Bill's going to get to write one more playback, and looking at the radar here, it could possibly rain the rest of the way out here. So he's got 5 seconds and then a quarter break. He better hustle, just as long as he doesn't fall. But a nice drive there for the Bobcats to close the gap here on the Hawks.
Yeah, and they did something this time that they didn't do, they hadn't done previously, and that was, with good field position, capitalize on it. And they did this time. Western Dubuque, 7 plays, 48 yards. Took 2 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock. Nolan Baumhofer with the 11-yard touchdown run cuts that deficit now. West Delaware still leads 26-14, but Western Dubuque has done a good job here in the last, I'd say, the 2nd and 3rd quarter of really moving the ball up and down on the Hawks. So
the Hawks with 4 guys in the backfield, 3 around Lammers, as they're going to hand off to Coy Russell. They're going to let him follow the lead blockers, and you can tell the field is getting a little slick down there as Coy is going to bring it up to the 24, a 4-yard gain there, and that is going to do it for the 3rd quarter. West Delaware leads at 26-14, as we will bring you back for quarter number 4 right after this. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. And we get to hear Bill Logan sing Singing in the Rain. What better way to start the 2014 season than to listen to a solo by Bill Logan as the Hawks will take it. There's a penalty marker down. The ball's on the ground. The ball is on the ground. The Bobcats say they have it. Waiting for the official ruling here. The officials say the Bobcats have it, as the give was to Coy Russell, and he put it on the ground. There was a penalty marker down, as it was 2nd down and about 5 for the Hawks. And now the penalty was against the Hawks. Didn't see what it was, if it was an illegal shift or what, but the Hawks are going to turn it over on the fumble, and the Bobcats will take over 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 24-yard line. So, again, you mentioned that momentum swinging towards Western Dubuque, and we're seeing it right here.
Yeah, and, Western Dubuque now with the ball in the West Delaware 24-yard line, a quick touchdown here, and, boy, this thing is, a one-score football game. So hopefully that Hawk defense can step up here and see him return the favor and maybe cause a fumble here and recover one of their own.
Bomb over comes set. They give us to Birds off to the right side. He's going to be tripped up. Nice job there. Breaking through there and making that stop was Alex Reitz for the Hawks. A gain of 1 there is going to bring up 2nd down and 9 here for the Bobcats. As it's 26-14, West Delaware leading. 11:30 left to go in this 4th quarter. Bomb over comes set. Shotgun formation. Next to him is Birds. They hand off to Birds. He's going to fight up the middle. He's going to be tripped up out there by Solomon. Reitz is going to finish him off. A nice gain there up to the 20-yard line. Up to the West Delaware 20, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
And he slips that tackle, Jamie, and he's probably got another 5-10 yards in front of him. So good job there by Solomon to kind of grab him and hang on.
3rd and 5. Quick pass. Got a man wide open, and he dropped it. Great coverage by DeAndre Daniels. He put a hit on Brandon Hogan after he dropped the ball, but it falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 5.
I think if Daniels would have been watching for it probably would have landed in his arms. I think it looked like it hit Hogan and then it hit Daniels in the arms, but a good job there by DeAndre to keep focus on his man and just lay a good hit on him.
Bobcats will go for it. Bomb over, looks to pass, looks across the middle. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's going to be dropped. He is going to be dropped out there. Great stop by that West Delaware defense as making the stop there for the Hawks. Great job by Kyle McGrain making the stop, and the Bobcats turn it over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 West Delaware from their own 19-yard line. 10:50 left to go in this 4th quarter, and the Hawks leading 26-14. We had a score update. Maquoketa Valley leading Alburnett 28-14. That game was in the 4th quarter at the last update. Again, thanks to Jake Reeves for that update. As that score update more accurate than what we've got here on the internet, so we appreciate that. We've got some other scores. Edco losing tonight 15-14, the final score against Clayton Ridge. Again, you can hear that game next right here on KMCH. The Hawks are going to give it to Coy Russell on 1st and 10. He fights forward up to the 24-yard line. A gain of 5 yards there and bring up 2nd down and 5. So nice job by Coy. Fumbled last time. He comes right back out, pushes hard, continues to do what has got him to where he is. Not being scared to fumble. That's one thing after you fumble. You try to get it out of your head, have short memory, and he did just that. Picks up 5. It's 2nd down and 5.
I agree. Great call by the coach to get it right back to him to try and flush that last fumble out of his mind. So couldn't agree more.
Lammers comes set. The give once again to Russell off to the right side. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be hit by a plethora of Bobcats out there as he's going to be dropped after no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Got something to say?
Plethora.
So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Hawks. 9:45 left to go in this ball game. West Delaware leading 26-14. The rain's still coming down here in Manchester as Lammers rolls out. He's got to get rid of it. Under pressure, he's going to avoid that tackle, and he's going to look to throw. There's a holding pen. Looks like the vicinity of holding. Lammers is going to run it forward close to a 1st down. Holding, block in the back, somewhere in that vicinity. And it looks like the Hawks are going to get backed up there as it looked like Lammers had enough for the 1st down on the scramble.
Kind of stretched there at the last minute, kind of stretched the ball out. It looked like he might have had it.
So it is going to be holding against the Hawks. It's going to back them up. It was 3rd and 5. And they're going to back it up here. So let's see what the Hawks come out with here as Owen Ward checks into the game for the Hawks on offense. Again, you got to give credit to the West Delaware front tonight, as they've done a great job giving some protection. Colin Weber, Adam Newhouse, Ryan Solomon, Austin Monahan, and Colin Brown as they come set. Brett Lammers is going to send Coy Russell to the left side, near side of the field to us. 2 receivers to the right, tight end here on the left side. As Kelly trying to get open down the left side, and Lammers is going to throw it deep, and he's going to overshoot the intended receiver out there, as he was looking for John Nagel on the far side of the field, and that's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th and 16 here for the Hawks. There's a penalty marker down, I believe. I didn't see the call. I just saw the referee pointing towards the Hawk or towards the Bobcats. I think we're going to get an explanation.
Late hit on the quarterback, and they're trying to see if it was up above the shoulder. So that's what they're discussing right now.
Ooh, them boys are pumped up. You can see right after that penalty. Personal foul.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. That's going to be a first down for the Hawks, and you can see that Hawk offensive line. You could hear somebody give out a big holler down there after that penalty, and rightfully so, as it's going to get the Hawks a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks as they have it at their own 27-yard line. Now the officials giving an explanation to the Western Dubuque coaching staff over there. As the Hawks will come back set, Brent Lammers. Pistol formation behind him is Coy Russell. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. They lead at 26-14. They give us to Russell off the right side. He breaks one and he slips up, but still fights forward for a couple. He's going to pick up about 6 yards on that play. Nice run there by Coy, and you can really tell that field. I think that's the second or third time we've seen Coy try to cut, and he slipped up a little bit, but he's kept his balance and has been able to push forward. It's going to be a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. 8:55 left to go in this ball game. And the Hawks lead at 26-14.
And I think that's a testament to him and his hard work in the offseason as far as the balance goes and making sure that, a slippage here and there isn't going to deter him.
Lammers fakes the handoff to Russell. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, and he's going to fight forward up near the 40-yard line. And that's going to be good for a West Delaware first down as Lammers brought down at the 39 as he's brought down out there by Reed Hafler. So it'll be 1st and 10 West Delaware, and right now if you're the Hawks, you're going to try to eat some of this clock up because the Bobcats have been doing a great job on the offensive side of the ball, moving things along and keeping themselves in this ball game as they trail by 12. So another score update. It's 21-21 between Iowa City, Regina, and Solon. That game in the 4th quarter. Looks to be an exciting finish down there in Solon tonight. As Lammers comes set, empty backfield. He's going to take off, run it himself, quarterback draw. He's got it at the 50, 40, 35, 30. Nobody's going to catch him. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Brent Lammers. 61-yard touchdown run for Lammers, and the Hawks now lead it 32-14.
Just a beautiful run there by Brent Lammers, just right up the gut. Broke a couple shoestring attempts there to try and bring him down, and once he got in the open field, no one was going to catch him, and that was a huge touchdown, Jamie. You could feel the momentum go to Western Dubuque, but Brent Lammers put a stop to that. That's what you'd expect out of your senior leaders. And
we talked in the pregame, you've got Coy Russell and what he did last year, but you've also got the running threat of Brent Lammers as Reitz's kick is good. It's 33-14. West Delaware leads it with 8:15 left to go in the game. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back here to Brown Field. Kyle McGrain's kick is going to be taken and brought back to the 24-yard line, and that's where Western Dubuque will start with it here, 1st and 10. A great drive there by the Hawks. They got helped out with a roughing the passer penalty from Western Dubuque, but they capitalized on that in a big touchdown run for the Hawks.
Jamie is 6 plays, 81 yards, took 2 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock. Brent Lammers with the 61-yard touchdown run, just a thing of beauty right up the middle. Stretches the Hawk lead now after looked like Western Dubuque had gained a little bit of momentum. Hawks up now 33-14 with 8 minutes to go in the 4th.
And that's going to be Baumhover, and his pass is going to be intercepted far side of the field. And that is going to be picked off out there by Austin Bishop. What a great job there by Bishop. The Hawks got the momentum on that big run by Lammers, and now they keep it going here with an interception on the first play back by Austin Bishop. And the Hawks will have it 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 32-yard line with 8 minutes left to go in this ball game and leading 33-14.
Well, Austin did a great job there kind of jumping the route. The ball wasn't thrown extremely hard, and Austin just kind of stepped in front of the receiver and picked it off and had a nice little return there to push the ball further into Western Dubuque territory. Now Hawks are in business, can probably, if they can take a couple minutes off the clock and finish this thing off with a touchdown, could put it a couple steps closer to finishing off Western Dubuque for the night.
The Hawks are going to send 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and that's going to be a man in motion. That's Trent Curley. Lammers is going to keep it himself. He fights off 1 tackler, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Loss of 2 or 3 on that play as he's going to be brought down out there by Luke Potoff. And the Hawks will have it 2nd down and 11, a loss of 1 on the play. 7:42 left to go in this ball game. Week 1, the high school football season is underway. And don't forget, with football season underway, you can find out what all of the area coaches have to say about tonight's game tomorrow morning at 9 on the Coach's Corner with Kevin Shookman, new host of the Coach's Corner, as Lammers pass intended on the near side of the field. Dallin Putz overshoots the intended receiver. Again, Kevin Shookman taking over for Janelle Tucker on the Coach's Corner tomorrow morning at 9. Bill Logan will catch up with head coach Doug Winkowicz of the West Delaware Hawks, and Shooky will take care of the rest of the area coaches. May hear from some volleyball coaches throughout the year, some cross-country coaches. As I mentioned, West Delaware girls and boys cross-country running this last Tuesday. They will run this coming Tuesday on the 2nd. That will be the Owine invite in Owine starting at 4:30. 7:23 left to go in this game. It's 3rd and 11 for the Hawks. They give it to Russell off to the left side. Defender slipped. He's got it at the 30, 25, cuts back up to the 20, 15. He's going to be brought down right around the 14-yard line. A nice run there by Coy Russell. And it's going to pick up a West Delaware 1st down as he's finally brought down on the near side of the field by Reed Hafler. A nice run by Coy Russell.
Just so difficult to bring him down, Jamie, when he can stop on a dime like that and then cut back, especially when the field conditions are the way they are with this rain and whatnot. Such a great asset to have in Coy Russell, and just another reason why he's an all-state running back, and he's showing it again tonight.
As the Hawks come set, 1st and 10. At the Bobcat 14. They lead it 33-14. There's a quick pass out to the left side. There's Curley. He's got it at the 10. He's going to bring it up inside the 10-yard line, and he's going to be run out of bounds. See where they spot that, right at the 9-yard line. So a gain of 5 there by the Hawks. It brings up 2nd down and 5.
And you know, that's a 5-yard pass. Didn't seem like a whole lot, but that's just as effective as a 5-yard run or anything like that. So good job there by Curley to get it and kind of pull ahead for a few extra yards.
Lammers hands off to Russell, off to the right side. He cuts it out, and he's going to go 5, touchdown. Coy Russell, a penalty marker down, and they are looking.
Coach Wink is.
Who are they looking at? Ryan Solomon having a talk with the official. And it's going to be holding against West Delaware, so that touchdown will come back. I think Ryan Solomon's wondering, what did I do? Just got a score update.
Oh.
We'll have to check that one out. As it just got an update, said Regina lost on a 2-point conversion in overtime, so we'll have to take a look at that as Solon pulling the upset of a few years, I guess, if they ended the winning streak of Iowa City Regina.
Pulling the upset, and I can tell you right now, I don't know if I'd want to be the opponent of Iowa City Regina next week.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 15 here for the Hawks on the Western Dubuque 22-yard line. And Brent Lammers is going to call a timeout here. So we will take one as well. 6:56 left to go in this ballgame. West Delaware leading 33-14. Take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back into Brown Field. The Hawks come back out of a timeout. They have 1 remaining. They lead it 33-14 over Western Dubuque. Here in the 4th quarter, 6:56 left to go. It's 2nd down, 15 here for the Hawks. After the holding penalty against the Hawks on the Coy Russell touchdown. A lot of pressure coming. Screen set up. Lammers has the man. And that's going to be Curley. He's got it at the 20, inside the 5, and he's going to dive for the pylon. He's going to be just short. He's going to be at the 1-yard line. That's a good for a West Delaware 1st down. great screenplay there to Trent Curley.
Yeah.
And for him to get outside, keep his footing on this wet grass, a great job there by Trent Curley.
Absolutely, and not only that, when he got close to the goal line, he dove in. He knew he was going to take a hit. He dove in anyway and just came up short, 1 yard short. But great effort there by Trent Curley, and great play call again. It was that delayed screen, and there's about 4 Western Dubuque defenders in on Lammers, and he just dumped it off and picked up the 21-yard gain and gets the Hawks first and goal at the 1.
Hawks have it first and goal, 1 yard line. They give us to Russell. He's in for the Hawk touchdown. 39-14. West Delaware leads it now with 6:43 left to go in this ball game. So the Hawks putting it on now and probably putting this thing away here as it's now 39-14. Alex Reitz on to attempt this extra point for West Delaware. And what a great game the Hawks have had here tonight. That's the kind of performance you want to have on the opening night. As Reitz's kick is good. It's 40-14. West Delaware leads it. 6:43 left to go, fourth quarter. We'll take another break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. And what a great return on a short kick by Bryce McAndrew, as he's going to bring this return all the way up to the 48-yard line. A good return, and that's where the Bobcats will start with it. But the Hawks putting another touchdown on. It's 40-14 here in quarter number 4 with 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go.
Following the Austin Bishop interception, 7 plays, 31 yards, took 1 minute and 18 seconds off the clock. Coy Russell with a 1-yard touchdown run, his third of the night, puts the Hawks up now 40-14.
And Baumover's looking to pass. He's going to throw it downfield, almost intercepted. As nice defense there by Sam Maloney. And that's going to fall incomplete, as it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that definitely was good defense, Jamie. Sam did a good job of recovering and just knocking the ball away there. That would have been a big gain.
So 2nd down and 10. Here comes Baumover. Here comes Baumover looking to pass. 2nd and 10. Throws it downfield. He's got a man out there off the fingertips of Shane Bauska, and that falls incomplete. You know, I'm not sure. I see Bill Logan with an umbrella. I barely see Bill Logan. But one of our fill-in color men, Tony Marbach, down on the other end, he's got an orange top, rain top, and yellow pants. So we just got a picture of that, and I got to tell you, he's looking real nice out there.
He's manning up. He's good.
And Baumover's going to keep it himself. He's going to cross into West Delaware territory and bring it up to the West Delaware 31-yard line. So Nolan Baumover, the senior, he doesn't want this game to be over. As there's 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, West Delaware leading 40-14, but the Bobcats not quitting yet. As Baumover comes set again, Ben Bird's in the backfield with him. Baumover dropping back. He's going to hand off to Birds up the middle, and he's going to be dropped inside the 25 to the 23, as that's going to be Alex Warnemont on the carry. Excuse me, not Ben Birds. Ben Birds checking into the game now, and that's going to be a gain of 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1. So the Bobcats not going away here. 2nd 1, they give it on the end around. It's going to be McAndrew. He's got it at the 15, cuts to the 10, inside the 10, nearing the 5-yard line. He's going to be run out of bounds. Finally run out of bounds out there by West Delaware and Caleb Whitman, but not before another Bobcat first down and 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. So the Bobcats looking to put some more points on the board here. Not wanting to leave Brownfield just yet. Ben Bird's on the carry. He's got it, puts the ball on the ground, and the Hawks say they have it. They do. The Hawks pick it up at the 1-yard line. Ben Bird's got to the goal line. The ball slipped out, and the Hawks recover. It looks like Max Ridenauer with the recovery, I believe. I think he was the one who threw the ball to the official, but I'm not sure.
1st and 10 Hawks from their own 1.
As that Hawks will take over 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line on a nice fumble recovery. Bill's got to shift his hands to grab his microphone because I think he knows who got it.
Yeah, Whitman, number 21.
All right, Caleb Whitman picking up that fumble recovery for the Hawks, and the Hawks will come set again. 5:23 left to go in this ballgame. It's 40-14, West Delaware leading. Lammers comes set. Behind him is Russell. The give is to Russell. He's going to take it off to the right side. He's going to pick up a couple, but run into a stack of Bobcats there. And it'll bring up 2nd down here with just nearing 5 minutes left to go in this ballgame. A couple scores for you here. Belle Plaine defeating Northland tonight, 32-0. Try to get a couple more of them scores. We talked about Iowa City Regina losing their winning streak. Okoboji snaps North Union's 27-game, or excuse me, Okoboji had a 27-game losing streak. They snapped that tonight with a 28-8 win over North Union. Starmont losing to Wapsie Valley tonight, 28-12 the final in that one. And Maquoketa Valley defeating Alburnett tonight, 28-14 the final in that one. The Hawks run it here on 2nd down. They're going to be just short, about 2 yards short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and 2. And we've got an injured player going to the sideline for the Bobcats. As we come set, 3rd down and 2 here for the Hawks. 4:14 left to go. Lammers is going to keep it himself. He cuts back up the middle. He's going to pick up a 1st down, and Shane Buska is going to bring him down up at the 18-yard line. So that's going to be good for a West Delaware 1st down. So the Hawks running the clock out here, trying to eat that clock up as we're at 4 minutes left to go. And as Bill Logan would say, time to get your programs out because the Hawks just substituted everybody here. As Max Ridenauer is going to come in. Caleb Whitman, I see Owen Ward out there. Also see Aaron Demmer coming into the ball game now for the Hawks. A few other guys out there as well. We'll try to get some numbers here for you as the Hawks leading this game 40-14 with 3:40 left to go. We're going to get a penalty here. Delay a game against the Hawks. See Drew Cole in on the offensive side of the ball. Also Blake Schrader and Spencer Barron in there for the Hawks. As Max Ridenauer will take it here as Caleb Whitman is going to be the ball carrier. He's going to fight forward up near the 15-yard line. So he's going to gain a couple on that, and 3:25 left to go in this ball game. And Aaron, just an outstanding game tonight by the Hawks. You know, it looked like momentum was swinging in the Bobcats' favor, and the Hawks were able to shut that down and get it back on their side and put up a couple more touchdowns. Yeah, and you look at the scoring pattern, Jamie, and the Hawks jumped out 20-0. But after that, Western Dubuque outscored the Hawks 14-6 in the next 2 quarters, and then this 4th quarter, the Hawks just kind of opened it up a little bit on them, got 2 quick touchdowns, and kind of expanded that lead back out to 20-plus points, and where it's currently at right now at 40-14. So, the momentum, we talked about momentum. Sports is a lot of momentum. It has a lot to do with, or sports has a lot to do with momentum, and they just did a great job, and the Hawks kind of got it back, took it back over from Western Dubuque after the Russell fumble, and here we are now, 2.5 minutes to go. The Hawks salting this one away and can kind of, in a couple minutes start shifting their focus to next week. So Whitman carries the ball for a gain of a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 13. See Noah Lindauer and Eric Vasky checking into the game here for the Hawks on the offensive line. 3rd and 13. Ridenauer comes set. He's going to fake the handoff to Whitman. He's going to keep it himself. He's got it at the 17-yard line, and that's where he's going to be dropped. Short gain there, and it's going to be 4th down here for the Hawks. And the Hawks are going to send their punt team back onto the field now. So this game wrapping up here. We mentioned Maquoketa Valley defeating Alburnett tonight, 28-14. Still no updated score with Anamosa and North Cedar. It was 26-7 at halftime. Not too many updated scores from the last time we saw, as Lammers gets back to punt this one away. 1:40 left to go in this ball game. And Lammers' punt is a low line drive. It bounces at the Hawk 40, across midfield, over to the Bobcat 40, and still rolling. It's going to be picked up by Ryan Kelly at the Western Dubuque 38-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start it here at 1st and 10. So we see a couple more names coming in here. Ryan DeSoto checking into the game on defense. Also Spencer Barron, we mentioned him coming in on the offensive side of the ball. He's in on the defensive side now too. Also Brett Roush into the game for the Hawks. New secondary here as well for West Delaware. So getting to see some of these guys in action here. Nick LaRosa into the game as a safety here for West Delaware. Caleb Whitman on the defensive side of the ball. He just picked up that fumble recovery in the last series for the Bobcats. As now we're going to see a new quarterback for Western Dubuque, and he's going to hand off up the middle. That was Chaz Bergfeld. And he's going to hand off the middle to Wernemont. He's going to carry forward as we're at 1:15 left to go in this ball game. Brett Roush making the stop for the Hawks there. 28-27, Solon defeats Iowa City Regina tonight on a 2-point conversion. The final score in Solon tonight. So the 56-game winning streak of Solon is snapped as Wernemont is going to carry the ball forward. He's going to be brought down out there by Austin Sabalka, but he's going to carry across midfield for a Bobcat first down. It'll be 1st and 10 Western Dubuque at the West Delaware 46-yard line. Just under a minute left to go in this ball game. West Delaware leading 40-14. As the clock will run again, as Chaz Bergfeld, the junior quarterback, 6'3", 170 pounds, looks to pass. He's got a man out there, and it's going to be caught. Nice catch out there by Alexander Merton. And that's going to be a pickup of 8 yards, so we'll bring up 2nd down and 2. So a nice catch there by Merton, and the Bobcats moving along here. 33 seconds left to go in this game, as the Hawks looking to put this thing in the books, but the Bobcats want to get these second string guys some time here as they give the ball up the middle to Reed Hafler. And he's going to be dropped behind the line. He might have lost a yard there. It'll be 3rd down and 2 here for the Bobcats. 10 seconds left to go. They're going to hurry back to the line for one more play as Bergfeld is going to come set. 1 second, they get it off. He's going to pass. He's going to throw it down the middle of the field. It's going to be picked off. Picked off out there. Picked off. I didn't get the number there. Number 8 for the Hawks. Picked off out there by Kyle Curley. That's the junior for the Hawks. And that's going to do it. Time expires. And the West Delaware Hawks are going to win this thing 40-14 here in the season opener of the 2014 high school football season. A great win for the Hawks. We will take a break. We will come back and wrap this thing up. We'll hopefully catch up with Coach Winkowicz, get Bill Logan's final stats. We'll make our predictions and hopefully get one more scoreboard update here before we sign off. The West Delaware Hawks win it here tonight, 40-14. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. And Bill Logan puts away his umbrella, and it starts raining again. He should have just kept it out in the first place. As the West Delaware Hawks win it tonight, 40-14, and an outstanding performance by the Hawks here in week number 1. They come out here and defeat the Bobcats, a rival school, 40-14. Outstanding offensive performance. The defense played really well tonight. You know, they had their backs against the wall quite a bit in this ball game, but they persevered. They came back and they kept that momentum rolling in their favor tonight, and a great performance by the Hawks.
Yeah, it was a good performance all around. You know, turnovers, only had the 1 turnover. Penalties were kept at a pretty good number. Offense stepped up when it needed to, both on the rushing side and on the passing side. A couple long passes from Lammers to Nagel and whatnot. So, and then of course Lammers and Russell on the ground. So all around a good performance. I think for week 1 you got to be happy, and I'm sure Coach Winkowicz will convey those same messages here in a few moments.
Absolutely, as Bill Logan is down there trying to hopefully catch up with Coach Wink as he's moving his way over there now. And defensively, you know, we talked about the Hawks. I think they gave up 400 yards. Was it close to 400 at halftime? But I tell you what, they really must bury down there in that second half and did a great job as Coach Winkowicz joins us now. And Coach, a 40-14 win in week one, you'll take that every week, but the way your offense played tonight, it just clicked. You know, the running game was there, and when you needed it, the passing game was there. You had a big third down conversion on a big pass play to John Nagel. So all around on the offensive side of the ball, you guys played really well tonight. I'm not sure. I don't think we have Coach Wink right now. I think Bill's got to get him hooked up. I don't know if Bill's mic is on.
How about now?
We got you now, Coach.
We good now, Jamie?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, we were coming back from halftime and said that same thing. Boy, if John doesn't catch those two, it's a whole different ballgame. And you talk about momentum. That was fantastic. And you know, Coy, I mean, he's just relentless. And you saw in the first quarter what that young man can do. He just runs so hard. And you know, that first night, you just don't know. You know, they have a brand-new coach. We had no idea what they were going to do. And I'm just proud of the way our kids responded. We kind of prepared for everything, every scenario, and the kids just came out and executed.
Well, defensively, you could see with that new offense over there at Western Dubuque that there were some question marks there on what was going on. But I tell you what, your kids had their backs against the wall in the first half and the second half, but that defense played really well, with Western Dubuque starting on your side of the field.
You know, absolutely. Boy, we gave up some bad field position there a few times, and they've got a quarterback that can really throw the ball around. I thought our secondary guys did a pretty nice job. And, you know, like I just told them, we're just going to continue to improve and get better and study film and keep chipping away. And I'm excited about these guys. They really came out and responded tonight.
Well, next week you go to Maquoketa, a team you're familiar with. Now you get to see some game film on your next opponent. What can you say? What can you see coming forward in Maquoketa next week?
You know, that's a good question. I honestly, I don't know anything about them at this point. You know, we've got a pretty good idea what they do offensively. You know, they run that odd front that we've faced here for a few years. So as far as scheme-wise, we got a pretty good idea. You know, as far as the kids that they've graduated, you know, that's something we'll go back in and look at here later on today or tonight and start scouting. But, you know, we're going to enjoy this one and take them one at a time. And, boy, we appreciate everything you guys do, Jamie, and we're excited about next week.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win, and best of luck next week. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
It's West Delaware head football coach Doug Winkowicz here on the postgame as the Hawks defeating Western Dubuque tonight 40-14 in an outstanding performance, as we'll get Bill's stats here in just a little bit as we can take a look here. Moving forward, we can take a look at some of the scores we have at the moment. Maquoketa Valley winning tonight 28-14, the final against Alburnett. Last score we had, Anamosa was leading. See if we got an update. Anamosa was leading North Cedar 26-7 at halftime. Belle Plaine defeats Northland tonight 32-0. Cascade, last score we had there was 7-0 over Maquoketa. Clayton Ridge defeats Edco tonight 15-14 in a game you'll hear next here on KMCH. Some more updated scores here. Dyersville Beckman, last score we have here, it was 42-0. Beckman leading in the third quarter was the last score we had there. East Buchanan defeats North Tama tonight 35-13, the final in that one. And of course, the big upset tonight was Solon defeating Iowa City Regina tonight 28-27. A 2-point conversion in overtime by Solon knocks off and ends that Iowa City Regina winning streak tonight, 56 games. North Fayette leading Decorah at halftime 6-0. That's the last score we have. And I believe that is it for our area schools. Starmont tonight didn't really get a good score update from that game tonight. I believe
28-12 or
28-12, I believe. Starmont was losing in that game, our last update. Bill, a good performance here for the Hawks in week number one. Like we just talked with Coach Wink, you know, the offense played really well, and the defense for the bad field position they were started with played really well with their backs against the wall.
Yeah, they did a nice job offensively. They did, you know, pretty much what you'd like to see them do. I mean, they had over 400 yards of offense, and they sputtered a little bit there in that third quarter. They weren't quite as crisp as they wanted to be, but the nice part is when they got their backs against the wall there a little bit in the fourth quarter, you know, got a couple turnovers there and took advantage of it and got the score back out like it was. Defensively, they were searching. They were trying to figure out this defense. With what offense, I'm not sure what they're going to run on offense. So they were trying to do a lot of different things tonight on defense, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. They had a couple big plays, and the Hawks made some big plays when they needed to, stopped them inside the red zone a couple times. The fumble recovery inside the 5, and then a couple picks there in the fourth quarter. So, defensively they stepped up and did it when they needed to.
Well, they really did, and I tell you what, Coy Russell, just in this offense in general, you got the big guys up front, and I'm sure Coy would tell you that he owes a lot of what he does to the guys up front, and you really got to appreciate a kid like that gives credit to those guys up front for what he's doing, but really just started where he left off last year.
Well, he did, and he's a young kid. He's only a junior. He set up some big numbers last year as a sophomore, but you saw that in the article with his preseason Class 3A Player of the Year type thing. He gave nothing but all the praise to the guys up front, and that's a smart kid, because those guys are going to make him look good or they're going to make him look bad. It has nothing to do with him a lot of times, but then if they can just get him a seam, he's a tough guy to bring down by a single tackler, and he's got some deceptive speed that if he finds that sliver, he can be gone. And he gave you a couple of hints of that tonight. Didn't really break any big one, but still ended up with 165 yards on 26 carries. So, kind of a ho-hum average night, type of stuff. But he had 165 yards, and a coach in the state of Iowa, that isn't going to take that kind of production from your tailback. Brent Lammers 105 yards tonight and 15 carries, and he had a couple sacks there right before the half that, kind of took some yardage away from him. So they did a nice job, offensively. They ended up with 457 yards of offense tonight. Lammers 10 out of 18 passing, 182 yards, but he was 7 out of 9 at halftime. So a couple drops there in the second half that, you're going to have that. So a very, very productive, first night offensively for the Hawks.
Absolutely. Well, next week we go to Maquoketa, like Coach Wink said. Don't know a whole lot right now, as they take it one game at a time as well. They were preparing for Western Dubuque. Now they set their focus on Maquoketa next week. A tough road game, as Maquoketa is always tough, and it's tough to play down there.
Well, it is, and that's one of the ones that you got to kind of put your hat on that second week. Every coach will tell you they like to see what kind of an improvement you make from week 1 to week 2. And even though the Hawks put up 40 points on the board tonight, I'm sure they'd like to improve some things offensively. They did a nice job. They only allowed 14 points now, but they gave up over 400 yards of offense. So Western Dubuque, that could be a dangerous team in that district down there. They've got some good athletes. They've got some good players on there. They got some things going, but then all the time, when it kind of got down into crunch time, they just couldn't come up with the big play. So, that's a team you maybe better watch out for a little bit. That's going to be a heck of a district down there, as you just saw Xavier get beat. Solon won. So that's going to be, there's some good teams down there, but Western Dubuque's going to show themselves very well. That was a team we were talking down here on the sideline 2 years ago. This senior group was the sophomore champion of that district at 8-1. So that's a good Western Dubuque team. So, we wish them a lot of luck. Hopefully the Overbuckland kid, first play of the game, is not hurt too seriously, so we wish him well.
Well, and I was just thinking the same thing too, Bill. I thought, geez, the schedule for the Hawks, you got Western Dubuque at home to start, at Maquoketa, and then DeWitt Central has kind of been a thorn in our side the last 2 or 3 years. That's a pretty solid non-district slate, and then throw in the fact that you still got to play the Decors and the Waverly Shell Rocks. This West Delaware team is probably going to be tested a lot more this year than they have been in the past, just from the sheer scheduling standpoint.
Yeah, you like to see that. I do anyway. Like to see them. I think I'd rather play a team and maybe win, 21-20 than I would to play somebody and beat them 40-0. Type of stuff. But the nice part about tonight, as you said, I call it, get your program out. These kids practice hard all summer long. They had a tough last month here, and it was really nice in that fourth quarter to see those kids get that separation in the score, so you can get these other kids in here. And these other kids, man, they get excited when they go out there and play. So it's nice to see those kids get out there and get some game time too.
And for the most part, the Hawks are fairly healthy after tonight, especially with a wet field. Hopefully, no injuries there, as that's always a question mark when the rain starts to come. You hope a kid doesn't cut the wrong way or get caught in the grass. So hopefully the Hawks pretty injury free after tonight.
Yeah, there are going to be some bumps and bruises. There's some hard hitting going on there, and I don't think there was anything too major. Some cramping a little bit, type of stuff, but. Yeah, they did a nice job. That's that conditioning. I think you saw the conditioning maybe a little bit in that fourth quarter also helped the Hawks, kind of get that separation. So, they've worked hard on that. That's one of the things. You come watch them in practice. Sometimes, they have to go do a little more running than maybe what the kids want to do, but they do a nice job. See you in the morning, man.
Speaking of the Hawks, who's he talking to?
You. I thought you were ready to take a snooze.
Oh, no. I'm still here. I'm just
leaning back. I thought maybe you were going to fall asleep.
No, I was just thinking, we got big predictions coming up. Speaking of in the morning, the Hawkeyes hosting UNI tomorrow. And like Aaron and I talked at halftime, you hope to see, you don't like to see Iowa blow UNI out of the water. Some diehard Iowa fans would, like maybe the guy to my right. But I tell you what, if that were to happen, I just want to see Adam Reth play at some point tomorrow, whether it's on defense, and I think he's on either the punt or kick return team. So we're going to see him a little bit tomorrow, but I'd like to see him on that defensive side of the ball. A big prediction coming tonight, Iowa UNI tomorrow. Bill, what do you got?
I'm thinking 28-17, 11 points. We weren't quite sure what the spread was, and I'm thinking we both kind of heard it was more than 11. But Northern Iowa, they've got a pretty good team. I look for them to show themselves very, very well tomorrow.
What did he say? 28-17?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You take yours?
No, you know what mine was. Mine was 27-17.
Well, we won't miss the extra point.
Great minds think alike.
No. Our minds are nowhere near each other.
No.
Don't be going there.
Isn't that the truth?
I don't know which one. I don't know which one of us should be insulted more.
I feel sorry for Jamie.
Yeah, Aaron.
I think it's going to be a little bit closer. First game of the year. I'm going to go 31-24 Hawks.
So a 7-point game for Aaron. Well, that's prediction number 1 for the year. We need, we always say we're going to write these down to see who does well throughout the season, but we never do. So maybe
we should.
Yeah, well, it'd be bragging rights for somebody, that's for sure. Bill, we'll see you down there tomorrow, buddy. And
sounds good.
Thanks a lot for your help tonight.
Sounds good. Good job tonight, guys.
Bill Logan down on the sideline as he is every year for us, and I believe this is our 7th year together doing this, you and I, and Bill, my 8th overall, and he's been there every game of the way, I guess. So I tell you what, we appreciate having him down there. That Hawks are going to play tomorrow. It's football season, man. We're moving on next week as we're going to take on the Hawks will take on Maquoketa down in Maquoketa, second non-district game of the year, and then you get, before you know it, we're going to be in district play, traveling to Waverly Shell Rock for that game. But that's going to do it for us here tonight, as we'd like to thank the sponsors of high school football here on KMCH, and that tailgating season's coming up as tomorrow, right, Iowa City, Ames, not too far for the UNI Panthers. Just a lot of teams getting under, and when you need those tailgating supplies, we encourage you to please shop locally. I'd like to thank Paul Glaza for running the boards for us this evening, and most of all, thank you, the listeners. I'd like to don't forget, stick around for our area online and playback game of the week with Kevin Shookman and Dan McLean, as Edco travels to Guttenberg to take on Clayton Ridge, and that is right here on KMCH. For my partners Bill Logan and Aaron Pleen, this is Jamie Vasky saying good night from Brown Field. Once again, the final, the West Delaware Hawks 40, the Western Dubuque Bobcats 14. You've been listening to West Delaware football right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Good night, everybody.
West Delaware football has been brought to you by the